dead sea animals. Once a brave explorer set off to a mysterious place with just his curiosity and a camera. As he wandered, he stumbled upon something that gave him chills. In this vast land, he set up a lifeless body that held a secret underwater world. Excitement filled him as he recorded the incredible scene. In the quiet land, the explorer's camera showed a bunch of sea creatures stuck inside the dead body. There were dolphins and various fish, all frozen in time.
Look at all these mussels. They're all gone. No survivors. Is he alive? Oh,
surprisingly, the breathless body had unintentionally come to a safe place for these underwater creatures. The discoverer, amazed by this unexpected underwater graveyard, carefully filmed the unreal encounter. Through his camera lens, the once quiet land turned into a silent underwater home, revealing the sea's wonders. The explorer, amazed and humbled, kept going on his journey, carrying the extraordinary story of the surprising meeting between the land and the sea.
This is like a sea animal graveyard. Mr. Krabs! Vertical...
Sea monsters. Far, far away, a brave explorer took a big adventure deep down in the huge, mysterious ocean waves. As they explored the deep blue sea, something amazing happened. They found a place where sea monsters used to live, but now they were like giant skeletons lying still on the ocean floor. These huge brutes, which were once really powerful and amazing, now did not move an inch. It was like a cemetery for ocean monsters. The explorer, who was super curious, discovered big fish remains and the bones of gigantic marine creatures. The aquatic graveyard was so quiet, and you could feel the stories of these big beings that lived a really long time ago. The ocean, which used to be their home, now gently held their bones. As the explorer's flashlight moved around, shadows played on the lifeless forms, showing the spooky beauty of the aquatic graveyard. In this sunken world, time seemed to stop, and the skeletons of the ocean monsters became quiet witness to the always changing ocean life. Bigfoot's face uncovered. One night, deep in a thick forest, a strange creature came out of the dark. The air felt heavy with excitement as the critter carefully walked up to a hidden camera. Suddenly, it showed its face to the camera, breaking the quiet of the night. Its eyes sparkled with magical wisdom, and its hidden face was now out in the open. In the dark, the moon made the creature's features visible in a mysterious way. The camera, like a quiet observer, took a picture of this rare moment, capturing it forever. A whispered thrill spread through the woods as the creature often talked about in stories revealed itself during the silent night. The picture saved in the camera's memory offered a peek into the unknown, making those who found it feel amazed and curious. Scary monster. In a quiet forest, a camera in the woods took a spooky picture. The photo shows a weird creature with glowing, scary eyes, kind of like a make-believe monster. This creature looks really big, almost like the legendary Bigfoot, and is just standing there in the dark trees. The picture makes you feel a bit spooked because of its shape and those glowing eyes. The tree branches make weird black, making the creature even more mysterious. This photo makes you think about strange creatures that might be hiding in the parts of our world we do not know much about. The picture is a bit fuzzy, adding to the mystery. Maybe it's just a weird trick with the light, or maybe it's something from a different world. This photo tells a spooky story about something we cannot explain, making the deep, dark forest seem even scarier.
Mysterious video of a huge snake. In a really old farmhouse, way out in a distant village, something strange happened during the day. A weird video popped up showing something mysterious that left everyone who watched it very puzzled. Right in the middle of the video, there was a massive snake. It looked as scary as the village's hidden past. This snake was tied up to a worn-out pillar with some invisible ropes. Its huge size made everyone uncomfortable, like it came from a legend and was now in their hands. People in the village whispered that they might have done this, tied the snake up. But where this snake came from remained a big mystery. It showed up out of nowhere, like a ghostly protector or an omen, and no one could figure out why. The snake had shiny silver scales with dark lines on them. These lines seemed to move in a creepy way, like they had some strange power. Being near it made people feel uneasy, and a cold feeling crept over them. As the video played again and again, more and more questions filled the minds of the villagers and anyone who saw it. The old farmhouse, which already held so many secrets, now had a new puzzle. It both fascinated and frightened everyone, all under the strange gaze of the ancient snake. Octopus encounter. The video shows a giant Pacific octopus being released back into the ocean. Have you ever seen a creature this slimy? The body of the creature looks like jelly being smeared all over the floor. Its tentacles spread on all sides of its body, making it look even creepier. We can see it slithering on the floor until it reaches the edge of the boat and then jumps into the water. This is one of the most incredible videos ever captured. The huge head of the octopus is clearly visible, and its eyes can also be seen. Another thing to ponder about is that when the man touches the animal, it does not harm it in any way, while octopuses are considered to be dangerous and creepy sea creatures. Mystic shearing unveiled cute entity. In the daytime video, there was a strange sight. A black sheep covered in dark wool, almost like a shadow creature. It looked chubby, like a big potato with fuzzy fur all over. Someone, like a protector, showed up to take care of this mysterious creature. She carefully started cutting the wool in a special way, like doing a magical ceremony. The sheep, a big mystery, made it a tough job. Not easy for someone who's scared. But surprisingly, the creature stayed calm, as if it knew something magical was about to happen. During the cutting, a kind of magical dance happened between the person and the mysterious creature. As time passed, something magical occurred. The cutting turned the mysterious creature into an adorable, cute being. What was once hidden in shadows now stood in the daylight, looking innocent and new. In the mix of light and dark, the black sheep, now without its mysterious look, showed how special the cutting journey was. It went beyond just making it neat. It became a magical experience. Fiddler Crab. On a sunny beach where the sun touched everything with gold, something secret happened. Imagine the sand telling stories to the waves. In this story, a special character appeared, a male fiddler crab. It danced alone like a mysterious dancer painting a picture on the sandy stage. The crab had strange claws, not the same on both sides. These claws were like tools with a hidden purpose, known only to the secrets of the coast. As it danced, the crab moved across the sand, maybe enjoying the feel of tiny grains beneath its small claws. Those uneven claws spoke a secret language, calling friends quietly and warning others to stay away. Dressed in colors of orange and white, the crab showed its mysterious charm. It was both cute and puzzling as it moved with a special rhythm along the shore. Each step in its dance was like a brushstroke in a painting of survival. Looking innocent, but hiding strength in its claws. As the mysterious dance continued, the crab seemed to talk with special moves. Only the creatures of the beach could understand this secret language, where friendships and fights were written in the shifting sand. The dance spoke about finding balance, being attractive and staying safe, showing a kind side behind its cute appearance. In this beach play, the fiddler crab was a mystery. Its odd ways went beyond ordinary, giving us a peek into the secret world of survival. Charm and danger walked together in its dance. So, under the sun's eyes, the fiddler crab's mysterious show went on, leaving behind a beach filled with wonder. Mysterious Sloth's enigmatic dance. In the woods, a hidden video popped up during the day. It showed a sloth hanging upside down on a tree. This sloth was different. It felt mysterious, like a secret keeper in the greenery. The sloth's shape, a mix of light and dark, said more than just what you could see. It had weird things on its limbs, long nails like ancient stories. The forest was quiet, as if it knew about the sloth's hidden performance, letting nature's odd story happen. In a dance of shadows, the sloth seemed to have a magical itch. Its big, strange nails played a soft tune over his body, like a gentle spell. It was continuously scratching his hands and his face. It was a strange feeling. Sunlight, playing hide-and-seek with leaves, made the sloth's secret dance even more magical. It was like a special performance where normal things mixed with mystery. The whole forest took a breath, surprised by something not easy to understand. In the forest's time story, the brown-throated sloth hung upside down, keeping secrets. The camera, just a regular watcher, only got a quick look at this magical connection between the sloth and the world. A short, special moment always remembered in nature's puzzles.
Roadside Hauntings. The video discusses a mysterious figure captured in the middle of the road at night, and it is so strange to look at it that it will chill you to the bone. The car in front of the person filming had to swerve to avoid the figure, but what supposedly was this creature? Some people think it looks like a ghost, while others wonder if it could be an alien. Although the filming location is unknown, the video highlights some well-known routes where reports of ghost sightings in the middle of the road have been made. A similar example might be the Clinton Road in New Jersey, known for its history of paranormal activity and the presence of a creepy ghost woman in white. Another eerie road mentioned is the Shades of Death Road in Warren County, New Jersey. Also in Texas, there's the Devil's Backbone, a scenic highway with legends of Spanish conquistadors and Native American warrior ghosts. The Bluebell Hill ghost has been reported to have been seen frequently on Kent's A229 road in England. The video emphasizes how these unexplained encounters and reports of strange figures seen on roads have sparked various theories and tales that have added to the mysteries of the paranormal. Goatman. In the cryptic shadows of the Hyattsville branch, a chilling revelation unfurled. A sinister video emerged, exposing the ghastly presence of the Goatman, a malevolent entity whispered of in terrified hushed tones. Whispers of its origins reeked of malevolence, seeping through the veins of this forsaken place. The very soil tainted by the horrors that unfolded. The Goatman, they say, has an insatiable thirst for blood, a gluttonous predator not discriminating between the pulse of humans and the heartbeats of innocent animals. This creature, recorded by an ominous trail camera, struck a stark and unholy image upon the minds of those who dared to bear witness. Its visage, a grotesque hybrid, sported a face akin to a goat's. Eyes like soulless voids, and a body that resembled a mockery of humanity itself. Its presence emanated a petrifying aura, an eerie, unsettling force that clung to the very marrow of the bones. They spoke in hushed murmurs of its tactics, how it stalked with eerie precision, silently a wraith lurking in the shadows. Abruptly it would strike, rending the unsuspecting prey to shreds, leaving only sorrow and blood-soaked ground in its wake. Then, like a wisp of malevolence, it would retreat into the gnarled woods, a sinister specter biding its time, waiting for the next hapless victim. But what eldritch force had birthed this abomination? No one knew how the Goatman had slipped into the very fabric of the forest, or why it haunted this wretched place. A shroud of mystery clung to it, a sinister enigma, unfathomable and unsettling. It said that these who dared to unravel its origins were consumed by an inescapable darkness, their sanity forfeit to the inscrutable malevolence of the Goatman. The Hyattsville branch bore witness to a horror that defied reason, an unrelenting terror that refused to yield its secrets. The Goatman's mystery, a macabre riddle wrapped in shadows, remained unsolved, leaving the world to shudder in trepidation, forever haunted by the nightmare lurking within. Mysterious Nightcrawler Chronicles. This video talks about the strange creature that has been making people wonder since 2007, the Fresno alien. It is also known as the Fresno Nightcrawler. The beast has a petite body resembling a pair of walking pants and two long, slender legs. Its existence is still unknown, and it is known to only appear at night in remote locations. More recent footage of the Fresno Nightcrawler, found in a desolate area of Billings, Montana, is shown in the video. The exact nature and origin of the Fresno Nightcrawler remain a mystery despite numerous reports and images over the years. Believers are adamant that the creature exists, despite skeptics' attempt to dismiss sightings as hoaxes or the use of puppets of some sort. Surprisingly, a deer carcass was reported close to the spot where the most recent footage was taken, raising questions about the creature's possible diet and hunting techniques. This unique and mysterious creature, known as the Fresno Nightcrawler, appears only at night in isolated areas, raising many unanswered questions. The video contributes to the lore and mystery surrounding this cryptid. Unexplained Barbados entity. The dashcam footage shows an enigmatic and peculiar creature emerging from the grass on the Caribbean island of Barbados. The video's uploader is looking for theories regarding the name and origin of this unidentified creature, which is still up for debate. Although there isn't any hard proof to support the legitimacy of the video, some people think that isolated remote locations are more likely to witness unexplained creature sightings. Although the exact causes of this phenomenon are unknown, several theories have been put forth to try and explain why this type of activity is more common in rural areas. In this case, you would have to choose between curiosity and fear if you were traveling through a rural area with nothing around you, and suddenly saw a strange creature emerging from the grass. To escape any danger or discomfort, you could decide to just step on the gas and drive away, or you could choose to move back and investigate the matter more. The video raises the intriguing question of how people might respond to an unexplained and potentially unsettling encounter in a remote location. Mysterious deer. The camera had recorded something very mysterious and cryptic. It was a very peculiar or strange scene. This scene was recorded in the woods where the two deer were statues. There was another alive heart real deer. It came near that of a statue deer. It judged that deer that was a statue. It laid over the deer. It was thinking that it was a real deer, so it makes interacting with it. It lays on the back of the deer and starts sniffing its neck. It was continuing in this work. Suddenly, the statue deer neck was broken. It was desperate from it. Then this deer knew that it was not a real one. It was just a statue, so it moved away from there. It was a great deep mystery how the deer considered the statue real. Pissed Bigfoot warned hunter and blind. In a big forest with lots of trees, there was a surprise. A video of a huge black creature, the famous Bigfoot. It was like a shadow against the tall trees, a mysterious giant hidden in the wild. The person making the video noticed something strange. Bigfoot looked mad. This was weird because Bigfoot is usually a mystery and not angry. Why it was upset was a secret, lost in the deep forest. Something even stranger happened next. Bigfoot didn't just stay mad, it decided to do something about it. It checked out the person with the camera, showing its wild side. Suddenly, Bigfoot gathered big sticks and branches, making a bunch of weapons. Everyone watching, far away or on screens, got tense, waiting for what would happen next. Bigfoot, now armed with these makeshift tools, surprised everyone with its skill. It threw the wooden stuff at the person with the camera, each throw a mix of amazement and fear. The forest turned into a kind of stage, where nature made a show of a surprising fight between a person and a legendary creature. No one could understand why Bigfoot was so angry. Was it because someone came into its special home, or was it just annoyed at being on camera? The reason stayed hidden in the wild woods. People who saw this were both amazed and scared, feeling a strong mix of wonder and worry. The Bigfoot story, usually just whispers and blurry pictures, became something new in the modern age, leaving behind lots of questions and a scary memory of a huge creature showing its anger deep in the forest. Mysterious Creatures Forest Encounter. In a thick forest, a strange photo appeared showing a mysterious creature that didn't seem like any known animal. It looked like a mix of a monkey and something else standing there surrounded by a mysterious vibe. Covered in fur, it seemed to carry ancient stories, like it held secrets from a really long time ago. The creature had long limbs with claws, making it seem powerful and not like anything you'd see every day. Its eyes were super dark, like staring into a deep unknown place, giving off a sense of either wisdom or maybe something a bit scary. The mouth added to the mystery, as if it knew truths that could change how we see nature. The photo was taken in bright daylight, but the creature made shadows that felt like they were telling forgotten stories. The forest, usually a calm and familiar place, now held this mysterious thing. People who saw the photo were shocked, gasping at this strange encounter that went beyond what they thought they knew. People whispered under the old trees, wondering if it were a spirit protecting the forest, a creature from an ancient tale, or something from places we can't even imagine. The once peaceful forest now hid a secret, calling out to those curious and brave enough to figure out what this mysterious being really was. With no clear answer to the creature's puzzle, the photo became proof that there's still big mysteries out there. In the heart of the forest where shadows tell stories, this mysterious being stayed hidden, challenging those who dared to explore and uncover its secrets.
Lion's attack on giraffe. Once upon a time, in a land of high rocky mountains, there was a peaceful giraffe just minding its own business. The giraffe was walking through the rugged terrain, looking for some appetizing breaks to munch on. It was a bright and sunny day, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of wildflowers. But suddenly, a growl echoed through the mountains, and a group of fierce lions surfaced from the rocky checks. The lions had spotted the giraffe, and hunger lustered in their eyes. They approached the giraffe with a stealthy way, their strong bodies hidden among the brilliance. The giraffe, seeing danger, tried to run, but the rocky terrain made it delicate. The lions were determined in their pursuit, and they circled the giraffe, their roars filling the air. The giraffe, with its long legs, protested and tried to defend itself, but the lions were determined to catch their mess. The giraffe's heart competed as it faced this dangerous moment in the Rocky Mountains, encircled by empty lions. The battle between the giraffe and the lions was a fierce struggle for survival in the wild, untamed nature. A hungry monkey. Once upon a time, in a big, hot desert, there was actually an empty monkey. The sun was shining so brightly that the sand felt like a hot roaster. The monkey's abdomen rolled loudly, and he could not ignore his hunger any longer. With his little monkey hands, he dug into the hot beach, looking for being to eat. At first, all he set up were some dry sticks and rocks, but he did not give up. He knew that the desert had secrets hidden deep beneath the beach. Also, after some digging and forbearance, he set up a secret treasure, a juicy, ripe cactus fruit. The fruit was a bright orange color and looked so appetizing. The monkey could not believe his luck. His eyes sparkled with joy as he plucked the fruit from the cactus and bit into it. The sweet and juicy meat cooled his parched throat, and he savored every bite. With each bite, the monkey's hunger sluggishly evaporated, and he felt a renewed energy. He knew he'd set up a mess fit for a desert king, and he enjoyed every last bit of that delicious cactus fruit. The monkey, now gratified and full, lay back in the shade of the cactus, appreciative for his desert feast. The wolf attack on a man. Once upon a time, there was a cameraman on an instigative adventure deep in the wild. He was on a charge to capture the fugitive and mysterious wolves on film. With his camera ready and heart pounding with excitement, he ventured into the desert. After hours of patient waiting, he eventually stumbled upon a quiet cave. To his amazement, Inside the cave were a mama wolf and her bitsy, lovable babies. The cameraman could not believe his luck, and he sluggishly moved closer to get the perfect shot. But as he inched nearer, the mama wolf grew nervous and defensive. In an unforeseen, fearful moment, she attacked the cameraman, teeth disclosed and growling. He realized he'd come too close, too quickly, and the wolf was only trying to defend her precious pups. In a frantic struggle, the cameraman fought to cover himself, trying not to harm the wolf. Ultimately, he managed to retreat safely, shaken, but alive. It was a lesson learned about considering the wild and the significance of keeping a safe distance from its habitants.
Alien settlement. Do you believe in aliens? If not, this video will surely make you question your decisions and force you to think about the inexplicable vastness of the oceans. As per evidence, most of the ocean is unexplored due to its vastness and immense depth. Hence, many deep-sea species are yet to be discovered. In this video, a sea explorer caught some intriguing scenes from underwater scenery that appeared strange to the average human eye. The sea diver caught clear footage of some alien-colored green colonies inhabiting the surface of the vast sea. These colonies looked like sea sponges, but they appeared to be less dense and airier, giving an outlook of an alien-like settlement. There's a possibility that these colonies might be of some new species of sea sponges, unknown to humans until now, or they can be some weird type of seaweed inhabiting the sea land. The video takes an unfamiliar route, leaving the viewers to decide about these underwater colonies. Do you guys think it's an alien settlement, or is it just some boring seaweed that turns strange green due to the severe pollution in our seas? A strange figure at the bottom of the sea. Diving deep into the vast and enigmatic depths of our oceans, an enthralling video surfaced over the internet that raised my questions about the horrifying encounters one might expect at the bottom of the sea. In this video, the deep-sea divers found a holy thing in the depths of the sea. This sacred thing was nothing but the statue of Jesus Christ wearing a cross symbol. The strange thing about this statue was its presence at the very depth of the sea. This could either be a part of some shipwreckage that might have fallen prey to the deadliest waves of the ocean, or some luggage ship dropped in on its voyage. Upon further speculations by marine biologists and archaeologists, it was confirmed that this statue trails down to 1956. It was built by a couple in loving memory of their dear son. However, over time, it plunged into the water, becoming a tourist destination for many deep-sea divers. It was a very creepy sight, especially in the vastness of the sea brimmed with deadly creatures. A giant salamander. Giant salamanders look like a hybrid between a fish and a reptile, but contrary to common beliefs, they are giant amphibians dwelling in an aquatic habitat. In similar events, a pretty unusual video was circulating on the internet, making headlines as a strange phenomenon was captured in it. The footage began with the dull sight of a river surrounded by tall trees. A man shot the video through a phone camera as a man with a large stick can be felt in the rear view. As the man starts focusing on the edge of the river, a distinct image can be seen forming at the bank of the river. The creature had only its head peeking through the river, while the rest of the body was thought to be submerged in the river. Its head was huge, giving the appearance of a giant salamander. Moreover, the massive head was covered in mud, and only a pair of eyes could be seen glaring at the spectator. The man tried to disturb it with his giant stick, and after a few blows, it dived back into the river, leaving us all in great misery. Now the question arises whether this creature was a giant salamander or an undiscovered species that had finally made its appearance. Do let us know in the comments. Unexplained Shadows. The video describes an enigmatic incident that was caught on a dash cam in Maine, USA. Driving at night, Chef Cook had a terrifying incident when he saw a shadowy black person cross the road in front of his vehicle. This mysterious figure may be racing across the street in the unsettling video footage. There are several cemeteries near the vicinity of the encounter site, and there is conjecture that paranormal activity and these spirits are related. The video doesn't, however, offer conclusive proof to support this. The identity of the creature or figure that crossed the road still leaves many people wondering. The video also highlights comparable occurrences in other locations, such as the multiple ghostly Bearing Point Cemetery in Salem, Massachusetts, and the Colonial Park Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia, where witnesses have reported seeing odd, shadowy creatures. These reports of strange sightings and unexpected encounters heighten the mystery and interest in the paranormal and unexplained realms. Terrifying creature. In the darkest, scariest corners of the world, where shadows and the night's eerie feelings come together, there's a place filled with terror that not many talk about. Have you ever looked into the abyss, the deep, dark unknown, and felt a cold fear creeping up your back? These are stories told in hushed voices by the firelight, tales not meant for the faint-hearted. We've all heard about legends, those whispered stories of creatures that go against the rules of nature. But for most of us, these horrors stay far away, hidden by our disbelief. However, there's some brave souls among us who ventured into the unknown, forever changed by what they found. It was just an ordinary evening, or so it seemed, as a man cautiously explored the dimly lit hallways of an old, forgotten house. The air felt heavy with dread, and the walls seemed to press in as if the house itself rejected any intruders. Slowly, he went down a squeaky, decaying staircase. Then, in a moment of vulnerability, it happened. From the darkness of a long-forgotten room, a presence emerged, strange and deeply unsettling. Its movements defied the laws of nature, a creepy dance that sent chills into the man's soul. This creature, if you could call it that, had a face so terrifying that it carved nightmares into anyone who looked at it. Its face was twisted and distorted, like a grotesque imitation of a human. Its merciless eyes stared into the man's very soul, and a wicked grin twisted its unnatural lips. No one could understand how this abomination came to be or what sinister purpose it held. But one thing was clear. Those who saw this monstrous vision would forever be trapped in their own terror. The camera, a neutral recorder of reality, had frozen a horrifying moment in time, a moment that would haunt the world forever. In the face of such unspeakable horror, one truth remained. The darkness hides more than we can imagine, and the creatures that live there are not to be underestimated. Nightmare creature. In a room, a camera recorded something genuinely terrifying that sent the shivers down the spine. The wardrobe's door kept hitting its frame like a scary heartbeat, getting faster and scarier. Each thud reverberated through the air, and with each blow, fear intensified. Then, with the creepy swing, the door flew open like it was pulled by something evil. The camera showed a horrifying thing, a creature that seemed to come from a nightmare. It was all in the shadow, with sharp cuts on its body and red liquid dripping like a scary river. It made the scene even more scary. It looked like a ghost, not from our world. It made terrible, chilling screams. This monster, this living nightmare, was beyond understanding. Its screams were horrible, and it was haunting everyone around. In the flickering light, it stood there, a scary guardian of darkness. We had no idea why it was there or where it came from. The mystery of this horrifying encounter would haunt anyone who saw it. In that room, the camera captured something unbelievably scary, something that went beyond what we know and deep into the realm of the unimaginable. It was a sight that would stay with us forever, a journey into the darkest depths of fear. Bear and moose fight. One night on a quiet farm, something crazy came off. A big bear and a tall moose, both kings of the forest, had a big fight in the dark. A special camera on the farm saw everything without making a sound. The bear with its dark fur shining in the moonlight faced the moose, whose antlers were like big crowns. They were like two wild superheroes having a big battle. The night was filled with growls and grunts as these huge animals clashed, and the farm got to see the exciting show. The camera, like a quiet spy in the dark, records video of every exciting moment. The bear's sharp claws and the moose's strong hooves danced in a wild way. The farm, usually calm, turned into a big fighting arena for these animal icons. In the quiet of the night, the camera took filmland of the strong and beautiful wilderness. After the bear and moose went down in the dark, the ranch stayed silent, knowing all the secrets of that wild and stupendous night. Deer with glowy eyes. In a quiet field where the grass stepped with the wind, a mysterious deer showed up. Its eyes glowed like little lanterns in the fading sun. The deer stood tall and proud, a dark shape against the evening sky. Everything got quiet, and all that was left was this puzzling animal with its alluring, shining eyes. Like it felt someone watching, the deer looked around with a curious tilt of its head. The air felt full of magic, and the night seemed to stop and hold its breath. Then, in a quick and graceful move, the deer disappeared into the darkness, leaving only a memory unknown to the deer. A hidden trail camera far away caught this magical moment. The glowy-eyed deer, a brief visitor in the field story, left behind questions and a bit of enchantment in the air. It waited for curious eyes to reveal the mystery of its nighttime visit. Mysterious row of orbs. One night, a home camera saw something amazing. In a cozy backyard, a magical thing occurred. The video shows a line of glowing spheres like tiny stars floating in the night sky. These shiny balls moved in a mysterious way, making the surroundings look peaceful and pretty. While the camera recorded this cool sight, the balls moved in a special way, like they were doing a dance in the sky. Their soft light made the dark backyard look like a dream. The orbs moved together like a silent show, making people watching feel amazed at the magical scene. The video, like a peek into magic, gives us a special moment. It reminds us that even in our own quiet homes, there might be awesome things happening. The calm night, made indeed more special by these glowing spheres, makes us curious and amazed at the beauty around us. Otter stealing fishes. In the dark night, something sneaky happened at a fancy spa. A special camera saw it all. Guess who the star was? An otter, not your usual hero, but tonight, it played the main part in a secret story. The video showed the otter doing something strange and clever. The tricky part was the electric fence. Everyone thought it would stop any animal. But not this otter. It glided through it like a ghost, adding more mystery to the night. The otter seemed to understand things we couldn't see, like it had a secret pact with the night. Then, the big surprise. The otter wanted a fish, a whole bunch, 50 of them. These weren't just any fish. They were like treasures in the water kingdom. When morning arrived, the spa was confused. How did the otter pull off this fishy mission so smoothly? People started talking about the otter like it was a nighttime genius, a fish-stealing maestro. The stolen fish now held a story, a mystery as deep as the night that watched it all happen. The otter, a water phantom, became the secret star, leaving everyone wondering about the strange, moonlit tale in the spa's quiet water world. Mystical forest fox. In a thick forest where shadows hide secrets under the trees, a video showed something mysterious. The sun, shining its gold light, uncovered a strange sight, a creature moving fast and tricky among the old trees. It was a mystery, like a wild secret of the woods. Watching the video made you curious. The creature, like a ghost in the woods, moved in a special way. At first, it was hard to see because of the light and dark, making you wonder if it was a story creature or a spirit taking care of the old trees. But then a surprise came. The mystery thing was just a wild fox, a messenger from the wild. Its orange-brown fur matched the colors of the forest ground, like a living ghost blending with nature. Even though we now knew it was a fox, we didn't understand why it was there. Like a ghost moving between different parts of the forest, the fox went from one place to another. At first, it looked like a cat, but if you look closely, it turned into a graceful fox. In the quiet sounds of leaves and the sunlight coming through the trees, the fox kept going mysteriously. It was like a protector of the forest's secrets, leaving everyone watching to wonder about the hidden stories beneath the green trees. Dogman Kill. One night, a man found something strange in his backyard. As he walked under the bright moon, he saw a weird footprint in the soft ground. This print wasn't like any he'd seen before. It had 4 toe pads. He got really curious and bent down to look closer. In the quiet of the night, he thought about what this odd discovery could mean. It hit him that it might be a mark left by a dog, but not a normal one. The 4 clear prints suggested a clever and nimble creature. The man could not help but feel that this was not just a regular dog walk.
But look what I found. Tell me, what the is that?
Excitement bubbled up in him, and he could not oppose imagining what might have happened when it was dark. The 4-tone print was like a secret dispatch, and the man started figuring out the story of a mysterious dog's adventure in the night. With the knight his partner in crime, the man went on a mental journey, unlocking the mysteries hidden in the Earth's marks.
But look what I found. Tell me, what the is that?
Safari faux figure. A weird scene was recorded by a tourist while roaming through a safari. In the video, many people were seen holding on to the tall tree. Their facial expressions were somewhat unpleasant, as if they were in real danger and frightened by something. And below them were a bunch of deadly animals waiting for them to climb down. The rhinoceros, lions, and hyenas were all staring at the group of people with drooling faces, as if they were all waiting for their scrumptious feast. However, this wasn't real at all. It was just a faux and staged figure, solely for the entertainment purposes of tourists. Pigeon Escape. In a thrilling feathered encounter, a courageous pigeon found itself in the wrong location at the wrong time. A fearless trespass into a falcon's nest. The falcon swiftly seized the pigeon by the neck as soon as it approached, forcing him from the nest. The falcon turned the pigeon over on the edge of a nearby building and proceeded to pluck each feather individually in a show of dominance. But the pigeon was able to wriggle free and get out of the falcon's clutches. After that, the falcon went back to her nest to continue watching her eggs until they hatched. This video demonstrates the ferocious rivalry and territorial tendencies of raptors. They do not tolerate outsiders in their domain, and the dominant bird will avenge them. Close escape. A typical feeding at the zoo escalated into a violent fight between a fearless caretaker and a furious hippopotamus in a heart-stopping scene. The hippo unexpectedly turned violent as the attendant entered its cage to give its regular dinner. The generally gentle hippo suddenly snapped, taking the attendant by surprise. The caretaker ran for the tight escape, dodging the hippo's potent attack rapidly. It was a contest between strength and time. Amazingly, the man managed to slip through the narrow space just in time to avoid the furious creature's vengeance. The incident left everyone in awe of the caretaker's quick thinking and the unpredictable nature of the animal kingdom, reminding everyone of the raw power and unpredictability within the confines of a zoo. A fierce battle. A quiet and peaceful place turned into a fierce battlefield, all thanks to 2 ginormous hippos fighting with each other with all their might. The video was recorded by one of the many spectators who were thrilled to witness such a dangerous sight. It all started with 2 colossal hippos attacking one another with their full might. Their jaws were wide open, pointed teeth colliding to break each other's jaw. The atmosphere was filled with intense noises made by angry hippos. The observers were standing in profound silence. Thus, the whole place was echoing with this daring encounter. Their jaws closed for a good minute, only to open again with full force as they sprinted towards each other like two savages. This brutal fight would have been a real show for the spectators, but it was pretty dangerous for the safety of animals as the hippos could get themselves killed. Vegetarian Cobra. This captivating video shows a snake eating a whole egg in one sitting. The snake can be seen in the footage creeping towards the egg, placed just in front of it, and then opening its jaws to consume the whole thing. It is remarkable to see how well the snake can swallow such a big object as an egg. The egg, so delicate in comparison, vanishes in the curves of the snake's grip. The fantastic way the snake's body expands as it swallows the egg highlights the cobra's extraordinary flexibility. The video showcases the cobra's remarkable hunting abilities and offers a rare look at its eating habits. Mysterious Midwest Cyclops Skull. One autumn day in the Midwest, something incredibly strange happened. Imagine a vast field of golden farmland where the corn stalks swayed in the breeze. In this serene setting, an eerie discovery sent chills down spines and left everyone baffled. Hidden among the rolling fields was an enormous skull, but it was like no skull anyone had ever seen before. It resembled a human skull, but there was something nightmarish about it. Right in the middle of the forehead, it had only one eye socket, giving it a monstrous appearance. It seemed like a bizarre blend of human and creature. People couldn't make sense of it. It didn't fit the mold of a dinosaur or any known animal. It defied all attempts at categorization, leaving everyone in awe. Scientists, intrigued and daring, suggested a wild theory. They proposed that it might be the skull of a Cyclops, a creature from ancient legends known for its single powerful eye. They imagined that this Cyclops' two eye sockets had merged into one monstrous hollow in the skull's center. But even this bold idea didn't provide all the answers. As rumors and theories spread across the land, one thing became crystal clear. The true identity of this colossal skull remained an unsolved mystery. Was it from an unknown species, a foreboding sign of hidden terrors beneath the earth, or perhaps a harbinger of secrets yet to be uncovered? In the heart of the Midwest, this gigantic skull stood as a testament to the mysteries that sometimes lurk beneath the calm exterior of our world, inviting us to unravel their secrets, filling us with a never-ending sense of wonder and unease. Mysterious Buck Rescue. In the daytime, something mysterious happened deep within a calm forest. Two large bucks, their antlers tangled together like an old puzzle, were trapped in a strange, painful grip. It seemed like nature had played a cruel hand on them, and the world watched in silence. One of the bucks hung lifeless, partly eaten, hinting at a brutal encounter with a wild predator. Whispers in the forest suggested fierce battles had unfolded here. Perhaps a fierce bear had taken down the fallen deer, but the truth stayed hidden, a secret locked in the woods. The surviving buck, though alive, bore the marks of agony in its eyes. It struggled relentlessly, trying to break free from its antler prison. Each attempt sent shivers through its strong body. Its future was uncertain, hanging in the balance. As the forest mysteries thickened, a team of scientists entered the scene. They carried tools and determination, stepping into nature's grand theater. A menacing drill machine glistened in their hands, a symbol of humans intruding into the wild. With care and precision, one biologist began cutting the antlers of the fallen buck. It was a delicate act, a dance between life and death, survival and sacrifice. As the antlers fell away, the surviving buck sensed freedom approaching. The forest seemed to hold its breath, as if honoring this moment. After a long and challenging struggle, the buck was finally set free. With newfound freedom, it sprinted away into the woods, disappearing like a ghost in the wild.
He's loose now.
Biologists could only watch, filled with wonder and questions. The secrets of this secluded glade would forever remain a puzzle. The forest had offered a glimpse into its enigmatic heart, a reminder that life and death intertwined within its depths, concealed in mysteries beyond human understanding. Mystery of Giant Snake. The video showed that the small community was shocked when they found a snake skin as big as a truck. It was a strange sight, and rumors spread about a gigantic snake with a head the size of a softball. The confusion grew when local police discovered a massive snake near a beaver area, estimated to be 10 feet long. What made this even stranger was that no native snakes in the area were known to eat beavers. People in the community started calling this snake Wessie and believed it was a Burmese python that had once been someone's pet. But how it ended up in the wild there remained a mystery. Finding the shed snakeskin earlier only added to the mystery. Some thought it might have been placed there intentionally, raising questions about why someone would do that. Was it a prank, a trick, or something more sinister? The whole community became fascinated by Wessie. People from far away came to see the mysterious snake. There were reports of sightings, but it was hard to catch a glimpse of this enormous creature, making it even more mysterious. Local authorities tried to capture and move Wessie to a safer place because they were worried about the danger it posed to both animals and people. The story of Wessie, the giant snake with a strange appetite for beavers, became a symbol of mysteries that still exist even in today's world, showing that strange and unexplained things can still capture our imagination. Enigma of Bigfoot. In a thick forest, a person walked alone. The wind whispered mysterious things, guiding the wanderer to an unusual sight. With only the weak daylight, the person decided to film what hid among the old trees. The camera caught something strange. Bigfoot, a huge creature moving mysteriously between light and dark. It walked with a strong purpose, like a ghost protecting nature's secrets.
He's moving. He's moving, he's moving, he's moving.
Zooming in, the footage revealed the creature's intense movements, showing its anger as it moved among the trees, leaving everyone confused. The person feeling their heart race with the creature's wild beast found more than just a video. A giant footprint in the dirt hinted at the massive thing that had walked there. The air felt strange, like something magical had happened.
You can see a little bit where it's smashed. See the toes.
The footprints told stories of an unseen creature, a secret keeper. Why did Bigfoot choose this spectral forest? What made it dance angrily through the trees? The ancient forest stayed quiet, keeping its secrets hidden in the rustling leaves. The person who accidentally saw this amazing thing felt a mix of wonder and fear. Afterwards, a deep silence covered the forest, like the trees were holding their breath after meeting something they couldn't understand.
He's moving. He's moving, he's moving, he's moving.
The mystery of Bigfoot, caught in quick pictures and hidden footprints, affected everyone who saw it, making them feel both surprised and curious about the unknown. Mysterious werewolf encounter. In a spooky hospital room, there was a video of a hurt werewolf. It was big and scary with long arms and legs, covered in hair and with long nails. It looked wild. The video made it mysterious, like a secret. We didn't know why it was in the hospital, maybe for science or research. The werewolf seemed to have a history of being dangerous, living in darkness. People talked about rangers like they were trying to control the werewolf, but we weren't sure if it was a dangerous enemy or just unlucky. The video ended, but the mystery stayed. We couldn't understand why the werewolf was hurt, and the questions didn't go away. It felt like a story hidden in the shadows, full of things we didn't know. The werewolf in the video became a symbol of mystery, frozen in time. We couldn't figure out its real story, and it stayed a secret, lost in the uncertainty of the hospital room. The video left us with a strange feeling, like we were on the edge of something unknown, and the werewolf became a spooky puzzle waiting to be solved. Mysterious Dogman. In the bright forest, a man chased his dog. The dog raced fast like it knew a big secret. Curious, the man followed through trees that whispered stories. Deeper in, shadows stuck to leaves like quiet ghosts. Suddenly, in the middle of the woods, he saw something huge. A mix of man and beast moving gracefully. Weird energy filled the air. Was it a guardian or a stranger from far-off places? Fear gripped the man. His dog stopped, watching the mysterious creature. What brought them here? The familiar forest now felt strange. Scared, the man decided to go back. The forest echoed with his steps, blending with nature's spooky sounds. The mystery lingered, a giant dogman, a guardian, or maybe just a trick of shadows. The man left and the secret stayed hidden. A strange moment in the greenery that puzzled those who heard about it, a story that stayed a question forever. Nobody knew what it really was and left everyone scared. It was totally a mysterious scene. Creepy Skinwalker. With a bone-chilling trail cam capture, an enigmatic creature reminiscent of a Skinwalker alien materialized from the depths of darkness. Its disturbingly slender physique and unsettling hands adorned with 3 to 4 fingers held observers in a trance. Though skeptics cast doubt on its legitimacy, the disquieting video has undeniably sent shivers down the spines of all who have witnessed it. Caution is urged in the shadows, for who can fathom what lies concealed in the obscurity, poised to unveil its mysterious secrets. Oh no, witch? In a remote area of Saudi Arabia on a quiet and dark night, a group of police officers had a rather unsettling encounter. As they were patrolling the deserted road, they suddenly spotted a figure that sent shivers down their spines. At first, they saw a woman dressed like a witch. She wore a long, flowing white dress, and her hair cascaded freely around her. This eerie sight in the dead of night left the officers on high alert, and they watched from the safety of their locked vehicle. The stark contrast between the witch's appearance and the pitch-black surroundings created a surreal and spine-tingling moment. With a mixture of curiosity and apprehension, the police officers remained watchful, unsure of what this mysterious encounter might bring. Cryptic Nightmare, Paranormal Terror. In a dark, abandoned house, a camera came to life, recording a terrifying scene that sent shivers down the spine. Its lens revealed something unimaginable. As the camera zoomed in, a horrifying figure emerged from the shadows. Climbing the creaky stairs with an eerie, twisted grace. It moved like a nightmare. Meanwhile, on a lonely, pitch-black road, a family found themselves swallowed by an unnatural silence that gnawed at their sanity. Then, the inexplicable occurred. The camera, their sole source of security, captured something beyond belief, but it was too late. The monstrous entity, once confined to the camera's frame, breached the bounds of reality, infiltrating their car. Fear took tangible form, and their terrified faces were illuminated by the screen's cold, flickering light, their screams echoing in terror. The recording documented their descent into madness, a dissonant symphony of pain and hopelessness. It was a nightmare that went beyond technology, etching itself into their very souls. No one could unravel the mystery of these unholy beings or discern their purpose in our world. They remained spectral enigmas born from darkness, concealed by the veil of the unknown. Ultimately, the camera provided no answers, only a chilling reminder that there exist realms beyond our understanding, lurking in the shadows, ready to shatter our fragile sense of security. The recording served as an eerie testament to the unimaginable horrors that lurk just beyond the edge of our reality.
Now, as compared to all other videos in this list, this one might be the scariest of all. It was uploaded on YouTube in 2020 and freaked everyone out. Some said it was a weird being who lives in the sewers near their home, and others said it was a blob like a human mutant, but it later turned out that it was a man pranking his own friend. The demons and the ghosts might only come out at night, but the witches can do it anytime they want. For instance, this one time when a man caught a woman dressed in white on his camera. She was standing behind the dumpsters, her hair all messy and on her face. Ask me, and she looked like she just came from a horror movie set. Or maybe she actually did. People have been claiming the man here might be Jesus. But is it really? Or was it just some fake edited video? But just for a minute, if we consider it to be real, then wouldn't it be the weirdest clip out there? How did the man vanish into this strong flow of water? Did he survive? And if so, how? So many questions, and just one short clip as an answer is what we have. Look at the couple all happy, in love with each other. The clip seems so lovey-dovey. If you don't pay attention to what's happening in the background, let us slow it down a bit so you can have a closer look at the demon standing right behind them and then disappearing just a second after. Trail cam catching animals doing their usual stuff is old. Animals catching trail cam recording them is new these days. Take this bear for instance. He was going on his way when suddenly he turned towards the camera, giving it a look like acknowledging the fact that the camera is there. It was a stormy day when this guy decided to go on a drive, and he never expected what he was going to see on his way. It was a massive bat, the largest anyone has ever seen. Or was it even a bat? It could be an alien too. You let us know what you guys think. When this clip went viral, it scared the hell out of everyone who watched it. The massive gorilla-like figure was seen in it, but it was no gorilla, and that everyone could tell for sure. But then, what was it? That's the question no one has been able to answer. This video has sent shivers down the spines of everyone who's watched it. In the dead of night, a strange, luminous creature is seen crawling on the ground in an isolated location. Some refer to it as the rake, while others speculate that it might be an unidentified animal. However, the individuals who captured the footage claim that although it resembled a human, it was undoubtedly not human. So what exactly was it? Perhaps we'll never truly know. The dark web is a realm familiar to many, yet accessible to only a few. Trust me when I say that those who have ventured into it have often come to rue their decision. Allow me to present this video as evidence. An eerie creature silently traverses, moving from the hallway into a room and eventually disappearing into unknown territories. And if you suspect it to be a human, take a closer look at its peculiar gait. Does that resemble the movement of a human being to you? This video was captured by a brave soul who thought it would be a really great idea to go out alone into the deep woods at night. He thought he'd end up meeting some unusual beings and, well, guess what? He got exactly what he was expecting. A creepy little cryptid staring right at him from behind the tree. Was it just waiting for the right moment to attack, or was it too scared to come out? The mystery has been unsolved since forever. What this video captured was not only something out of this world, but also seemed to be from another universe. How can a being so effortlessly change shape and then fly away like that? Either there's a lot happening on this planet that we don't know about, or humans have become exceptionally skilled at editing videos. Some kids were playing in a playground when they noticed something unusual near a tree. Intrigued, they approached it to investigate, and this is what they discovered. At first, it resembled a firefly, or perhaps a dragonfly. But after a few moments, it became apparent that it had arms and legs. The creature seemed to possess 4 limbs, 2 arms, and 2 legs. When the video circulated on the internet, many people claimed it was a fairy, while others dismissed it as a hoax. This trail cam was doing its job, recording the animal looking for food or something, and then we see 2 glowing eyes in the background. Could it be a monster or just a bear? No logical explanation was ever given, and all we have is this footage and those 2 terrifying eyes. Out of this minute-long video, you only see it at the very end. A very huge creature doing something under the shade of a tree. According to the person who recorded this, it was a Yeti. But nothing is for sure, as no one had ever seen anything like that in the area before. Hence, the mystery remains unsolved since forever. If you still think fairies aren't real, then explain to me this clip. It clearly shows a creature flying around being all mischievous around the camera, just like Tinkerbell should do. So tell me, if not a fairy, then what can it be? At first I was like, is this something out of a fantasy fiction movie or something? Or maybe it's real. It looks like a dog or a horse maybe, since it's on all fours. What if they're real? I'm gonna go adopt one ASAP. Two guys thought they were the paranormal experts, so they went into an abandoned building to see what they can catch there. And they ended up with this creature dressed in all black. Being all brave, they tried following the thing, but when they got to where the creature was, it had already vanished. Bigfoots aren't creatures that prefer to stay in hiding all the time. Sometimes they get so close to humans that it becomes almost impossible for us to believe. That's exactly what happened in this clip where a man was busy with his baby. As the camera moved up, we saw a big creature going somewhere. The man whose CCTV camera captured this video was left shaken when he saw it. It was his dog playing with another dog, which looked more like a ghost. It happened in Melbourne, and as soon as it hit YouTube, people couldn't help but relate to the movie Pet Sematary. However, no one could tell if it was real or just a camera error. Ask me, and I'd say that looks as real as something can be. But what do you guys think? Now, this video was recorded on a Ring camera in April 2023 and shows a pretty creepy woman being her weird self at someone else's door. Even though she looked like she might be too drunk, the sight of her was creepy enough to scare the homeowners so much that they decided not to open the door and called the police. She tried multiple keys to open the lock, and fortunately none of them worked. But she tried multiple times before walking off the property. A man went to Romania, and from the locals he heard about a weird zoo nearby. He decided to go and check it out. Cameras weren't allowed, so he hid one and went inside. What he captured was something creepy as hell. A man, or something that looked kind of like a man, was in a cage, growling like an animal, and people were there just to watch it, like they were watching other animals. The video just shows us a small glimpse of the creature, and we're left wondering what on earth might be going on there. It might look like a usual video from a nightclub, but wait till you see a tiny creature appearing on your screen and then disappearing in a millisecond. What's even weirder here is that not a single person realized the presence of the creepy thing. Is it that the creature was only visible on the camera and not to the naked eye? And what kind of creature is that exactly? Let me know if you have any insights. I'll be honest about this one. At first, it just looked like a cat to me, but when they zoomed in on it and the creature became clear, that's when I freaked out. I don't know what the woman was thinking, going in there and then getting scared. Of course, the creature was offended, and it also looked like it was ready to pounce on her if she hadn't moved back. Don't you agree? A woman with her head upside down, and maybe she was upside down too? Well, this is what a camera in India captured. The area was already famous for being haunted by all kinds of ghosts at night, and the video just confirmed the fear of the locals, since there's a chance that it might be just a prank by someone. We all think that fairies aren't real, but the people in this village might be thinking otherwise, as they have this abandoned place called the Fairy Village. According to them, fairies lived there once, but had to leave when too many humans started knowing about it. But this is not it. There are many legends and stories famous about it. Some say elves lived there, while others say they see fairies sometimes. In case you want to go visit, it's in the woods of Middlebury. And it all started with them getting on with their fireworks. Whoever was sleeping peacefully in the dark of the night got disturbed and had to come out of the darkness to scare the annoying humans off, and needless to say, it kind of succeeds in doing so. The Martin Mansion is an abandoned building located in California. It's been abandoned for years and is famous for the ghosts that reside in it. However, that was not enough to scare these people, and they decided to go in and confirm it themselves. Well, they got what they were looking for: a ghost with a lantern. Even though we couldn't make much of it, it was still enough to ensure that those guys will never return to the place. There's a video of some guys who went for a walk in the dark woods at night. They had a flashlight, but it was still very dark. While they were walking, they discovered a strange creature sitting on the ground with its back facing them. At first, they thought it was an animal, but when it turned its head, they saw its eerie, glowing eyes and a very creepy face. Some people believe it was a demon, while others think it was a fallen angel. In any case, it's really scary. If you think booby traps are something only old drug dealers and mafias had in their houses, you'll think otherwise after watching this. 2 men set up potentially deadly traps on Hiker's Trail in Utah. And yes, it was a normal trail for most hikers in the area. It's a miracle that no one got hurt considering the placement of the traps. We don't know what the dog was thinking in this video. Must have thought it was a regular dog considering the way it was barking. The man recording the video had no idea either since he was so far away. However, when the tall, dark wolf got up, annoyed and done with the dog's barking, we realized it was no little dog. Instead, it was a monstrous wolf. A deceased werewolf was discovered by a farmer who subsequently handed it over to researchers for examination and analysis. Later on, unidentified individuals shared photos and videos of the werewolf, instilling great terror in those who came across them. Despite the researchers' diligent efforts to investigate, they were unable to provide any explanation, further deepening the enigma surrounding the incident. While taking his usual stroll, an Australian man stumbled upon an intriguing creature that resembled a worm but possessed some peculiar characteristics. What truly sets it apart is not its worm-like appearance, but rather its remarkable length and segmented structure. I've never witnessed a worm of such considerable size before. In this intriguing video, we see a cat relaxing under a deck while a bald eagle unexpectedly enters the yard. The cat curiously observes the eagle as it approaches. They have a respectful standoff for over 15 minutes, and the cat cautiously approaches the eagle, causing its back to arch, and the eagle spreads its wings. It's unclear what the eagle's intentions were, whether it was after the cat or something else, but it was an intriguing clip nonetheless. The notion of mermaids being mythical creatures may be called into question after watching this video. In India, a man spotted something extraordinary swimming in the water and approached it for closer examination. To his astonishment, he discovered a creature that bore an uncanny resemblance to a mermaid, albeit smaller in size than anticipated. Could it be a baby mermaid? Or perhaps a tiny drowning monkey? Given the abrupt conclusion of the video, we cannot definitively determine the truth. I don't know what the man was doing on that raft and going exactly where, but when he turned the camera towards the thing he thought was following him, it definitely gave me creeps. If something like that was following me, I don't know how I'd remain so calm and record it all. But, well, he did, and after watching the clip, many suspected it to be a mermaid or something similar. Even though nothing was confirmed, there's still a slight chance that it might be. You must have watched Courage the Cowardly Dog. Well, let's just say life might just be the same for some people. For instance, this young man who recorded the clip of this weird creature lurking somewhere on Earth. Now, I don't know what place that is, and I don't want to know either. Just look at the size. Who would be so calm recording it and not running for their life? Unless it's fake. When a man was looking outside his window, he saw something very weird. There was a man sitting in front if he looked through the glass. But when he saw not from the window glass, there was nobody. How exactly is that possible? Unless it's a vampire or something. But was it? What do you guys think? A few years back, some workers were assigned the work to go to the backside of the factory and check why one of the drainage pipes was blocked, since it was causing a lot of problems. So they went with their phone cameras rolling to get video evidence of whatever problem they faced. But they ended up capturing something they weren't expecting at all. A white figure peeked from inside the pipe, leaving them shocked. This pig comes from China, and it looks very different from other pigs. Its face is shaped in a way that some people find scary, and it has a nose that looks strange, like a person's nose or something that boys have. Because of its unusual face shape, it has trouble breathing, and its tongue sticks out of its mouth in a funny way. When it opens its mouth wide, it looks like it's screaming, but no sound comes out. It seems like nature didn't protect this little piglet enough. Encountering a Bigfoot from a distance is one thing, but witnessing the spectacle of a colossal creature stumbling and tumbling takes it to a whole new level, and that's precisely what this individual managed to capture on camera. Two immense beings, possibly Yetis, were observed devouring an animal, and within seconds, one of them lost balance and rolled down the icy slope. Despite being recorded in 2016, no one has been able to provide a reasonable explanation to this day. It might have been a rake or perhaps a big monkey with shining eyes, though the chances of it being the latter are pretty low because there aren't many monkeys whose eyes glow like that in complete darkness. So what does that mean? Was it truly a garden tool? And if so, where did it go after staring at the camera? Are they hiding in the deep, dark areas, or do you think it's all a hoax? When two guys were in the forest filming and doing their thing, they heard strange sounds coming from somewhere nearby, and they thought it'd be better to go and investigate the area. Unaware of what was coming, they went there, and then this happened. A strange, pale creature came running towards them, scaring the guys. The video ends suddenly, so we're not sure what happened to them. If you believe that you're safe from strange beings when you're at home, you're mistaken. They follow you wherever you go. For example, take a look at this clip. This man thought he lived alone until a child appeared from behind a TV, peeking from behind. The man had to go check, and that's when things got strange, because the child completely disappears when the man reaches there. A dog-like creature that was bent over was captured on camera running away from something. This makes me curious. Was it scared, or was it trying to escape after doing something wrong? Despite gaining millions of views online, nobody has been able to identify exactly what it was. We all know that the only purpose of trail cams is to capture wildlife at its best. But sometimes these cameras end up recording some other kind of life at its best too. Just like any bear or lion would, this creepy creature was also distracted by the trail cam. Late at night and before going on its way, the creature made sure to give a nice stare to the camera. And if that was my camera, I'd have removed it from there ASAP. A man happened to capture this slimy thing when it was on his way somewhere, and since it wasn't like anything he'd seen before, he decided to capture it on camera. It doesn't appear to have any eyes, but a head-like thing which moves a little bit. It looks something like what a blob would look like. So is it some new species? And if it is, then I'd rather stay away from this slimy thing. Ever wondered how large anacondas are? What's the maximum limit they can go to? Well, they can easily go to 30 feet, and this anaconda right here can give you an idea of how dangerous these beings can be. The tree can't even hold its weight, and it comes down as this snake tries slithering its way up on it. Watching this, I'm really glad Titanoboas are long gone, or God knows what might have happened. Maybe it really was a rake, or maybe just a gorilla with glowing eyes. Though the chances of it being the latter are pretty low because there aren't many gorillas whose eyes glow like that in pitch dark. So what does that mean? Was it really a rake? And if so, then where did it go after staring at the camera? Are they hiding it in the deep dark regions? Or do you think it's all fake? When two guys were out in the woods filming and doing their thing, they heard weird noises coming from somewhere nearby, and they thought it'd be better to go and check the area out. Not knowing what was coming, they went there, and then this happened. A weird whitish creature came running towards them, freaking them out. The video ends abruptly, so we're not sure what happened to them. If you think you're safe from the weird beings if you're at your home, then you're wrong. They follow you everywhere you go. For instance, take a look at this clip. This man thought he lived alone until a kid appeared from behind the TV, peeking from behind. The man had to go check, and that's when things got weird, because the kid completely vanishes when the man reaches there. And this bended like a dog creature was caught on camera running away from something, and this is the point where I wonder, was it scared of something? Or did it do something and was trying to run and not get caught? Even after millions of views on the internet, no one was able to tell exactly what that was. While most individuals tend to avoid perilous situations, there are those inquisitive souls who relish delving deep into the enigmatic realms. Take, for instance, this duo who, during their forest expedition, stumbled upon an abandoned mine shaft. Judging by its appearance, it seemed as though centuries had passed since anyone had set foot inside. Contrary to the instincts of regular folks, these two individuals decided to approach the mine shaft and investigate its contents. However, within seconds, they discovered why the mine shaft had been forsaken. An unusual creature with luminous eyes suddenly materialized out of thin air. Some men were driving their way home late at night when they saw something weird nearby, so they stopped their car and decided to film it on their camera. And when you see this, you'll be just freaked out as it shows a creepy creature looking towards the men from behind something. Some claimed it was the rake, while others said it was just someone in a costume, but nothing was for sure. This cat was doing the usual cat stuff, and the owner of the cat was recording herself being herself, just like most cat people out there do. But then something weird happened. A creepy hand came from under the drawer and tried grabbing the cat. People were quick to suspect it was a demon living under there. What do you think about it? When people started hearing weird noises coming from the sewers, they informed the authorities. However, even after investigating, there was nothing to be found, so they set a camera under there. And this is what the camera recorded: a pair of glowing eyes. Like the creatures came to inspect and quickly ran away after seeing the camera. Pretty scary, don't you think? In April 2023, people saw a mysterious creature swimming in the water. It was in a park where most of them went jogging in the morning, so a lot of witnesses were there. The creature looked like it was stuck in the water but refused to come out, so no one could really tell what it was, except that it was unusual and nothing like they'd ever seen before. To some, it looked like a serpent, but nothing was ever confirmed. When the video was uploaded, no one could tell what it was. A caterpillar? Or maybe some other insect? But it didn't look like anyone had seen before. Well, I did my research, and it came out to be a thing called a case-bearing clothes moth. And this thing is just as weird as its name. They're named due to the silken case the larva weaves to protect itself while it's eating your carpet, and, well, I too would be weirded out if I ever saw one. What may appear as an incredibly creepy thing to you is actually a creature called a cystosoma. These are the world's most transparent animals, and yes, they do look peculiar. If you're thinking it's a prawn, it's not. Cystosoma belongs to a genus of marine mud flatworms, but it's distinct from all others based on its appearance. If you easily get scared of bugs, then pray to God that you never encounter this creature in your home. It's worse than any spider or any other bug on this planet. With countless legs and unsettling movements, let's just hope we never come face to face with this creature in real life. These four friends were enjoying their time capturing their pictures and all when something weird happened. A lizard-like thing, but bigger in size, appeared out of nowhere and ran towards the guys. We can hear them scream before the clip ends, so I don't think something good happened there. Creepy things can happen anywhere, and creepy creatures can appear anywhere, and this woman experienced it when at home. While all she wanted was to record her baby playing on the ground, she ended up getting footage of a tiny being running free in their home. And no, it wasn't a lizard or a rat. In fact, it looked kind of like a human, but a very tiny one. So does that mean dwarfs are real? Is it a plant or some new kind of bird babies? Well, whatever they are, I'll be staying far, far away from them because they already look quite creepy in a video. When this clip hit the internet, it had everyone in shock. To some, it was a rare sea animal, and to others, they were alien babies. But to me, they're something I should stay away from. While we think that fish are for water and we are for land, these snakeheads are here to prove us all wrong. They can move just as efficiently and quickly on land as they can in water. And now I think that we need to not just look out for snakes hiding somewhere, but these snakeheads too.
See ya, bud.
A man had the most terrifying moment of his life when he was tarpon fishing at sunrise in a tropical wetland in Florida. Everything was going well, and he even managed to catch a fish. But that's when things started going the wrong way. As he started reeling in the spool, he noticed a gigantic alligator raising its head out of the water and about to approach him. Stunned, he stepped back, but the reptile chased him. Even though he got lucky and the gator turned back, that was one scary experience to remember. What looked like a bunch of school kids going somewhere in a line was actually a group of fish who were having the time of their lives on land. Maybe they just wanted to try something new and were bored with their life in water? Whatever the reason, the fish kind of scared a million people on the internet from the video. However, we'll tell you that these are mud skippers, and they're actually known to be able to breathe air while out of the water. Incredible, right? A usual night ride back home became a scary one when these bikers and other people started crossing the bridge. What awaited them was a humanoid creature walking on the bridge. Nobody knew what it was and where exactly it was going. The only thing that seems suspicious here is the normal manner everyone's going about their thing. The biker says he got scared, but why was he getting so close then? Imagine you're enjoying a fun night with your friends when suddenly a huge animal appears from the darkness and locks eyes with you. I can't fathom why these people chose to stay and record it. That creature is an enormous wolf, my friend. Your safest option is to run as fast as you can to save yourself. Two teenagers in Akron, Ohio were on their work break when they noticed something unusual outside their car window near a cemetery. They saw a dark figure digging something up in the cemetery, but it didn't look like a human. The figure had a strange body shape and thin arms. Some people suggested it could be a Sasquatch or even a zombie, but the true identity of the figure remains unknown. The girls were scared and quickly drove away. Regardless, it's unsettling to think that something non-human was disturbing graves. A news reporter was sharing a regular story when something incredibly strange happened behind her. A bright light appeared in the sky, and her cameraman pointed it out. The reporter was visibly shocked as the light orb flew away, which was very bright and illuminated the area around it, indicating that it wasn't fake. And since it was broadcast live some years ago, it would have been difficult to add special effects. However, well, I can't be very sure about it. When the man thought it was just a baby cougar and nobody else, the mama cougar was there watching him. And in a minute, it sprinted towards the man very quickly but came to a halt a short distance away. This continued for 6 whole minutes, which must have felt like the longest 6 minutes of the man's life. This man deserves credit for remaining calm and not running away as most people would have done. He also never turned his back to the cougar, and that decision ultimately saved his life. Sometimes trail cams, which are primarily used to capture wildlife, end up recording something else as well. This strange creature, like a bear or lion, got distracted by the trail cam one night. Before leaving, it gave a creepy stare to the camera. If it were my camera, I would have it removed immediately. While going about his usual routine, this truck driver caught something super creepy on his dash cam. And if you watch the video at regular speed, you might miss it. But if you slow it down a bit, you'll spot a strange figure standing by the roadside. What the heck was that thing? Some folks are saying it's an extraterrestrial, but others are calling it a hoax. But even if it was staged, it's still enough to give you the heebie-jeebies. Don't you agree? So there was this guy living in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of trees behind his house. Every day he kept hearing these freaky noises that he just couldn't explain. So he came up with a plan to get to the bottom of it. He set up a camera in his backyard and another one in the woods. And let me tell you, the footage he got was seriously spooky.
What is that?
My bad, man.
He caught this bizarre creature in his backyard that looked like it was wearing some kind of freaky mask. And in the woods, he caught another creature that was glowing like crazy. It was totally nuts. But even after all that, nobody knows what the heck those things actually were. A strange video filmed on a Canadian mountain has left people scratching their heads. The footage shows a massive creature that left the videographer stunned. The next day, when he returned to film again, the creature was nowhere to be seen. After posting the video, many people had different ideas about what the creature could be, ranging from a Nephilim or Yeti to a secret military experiment. Let us know what you guys think. Let's say the day's pretty stormy outside and you still think that you need to go outside to see how bad the weather is. And when you do, this is what you see? What will you do? Obviously go back into the house as soon as possible, right? Unlike this man who thought he should take his camera out and record it all. A brave soul, I must say, or maybe it's fake. What do you think? Just the head out of the water, standing straight, not even moving an inch, and water dripping from its mouth. This is a creature which was caught on camera somewhere in China. As soon as the video hit the internet, people started claiming it was a sea dragon. But the question is it really? Or is it just a fountain more than half inside the water? Let us know if you know anything about it. Long gone are the days when black cats were considered signs of bad luck or other things, but there are times when I find myself wondering, what if those people were right? And you'll agree with me when you see this black cat with glowing eyes staring straight towards the man. She refuses to clear the path for the man, which of course scares the hell out of him, and not only that, she also attacks and hisses at the man. What remains unexplained is what caused this cat to show such weird behavior. Insects are creepy, and there's no denying that, but what if I tell you that these creatures are starting to get even creepier? Look at this one, for instance. When people saw it for the first time, they weren't just weirded out, but also confused, not knowing what kind of insect it was. But let me tell you, it's called Creatonitos gangus, and it's a kind of moth, usually called the monster moth, created by Satan himself. While exploring the park, a man stumbled upon a squishy mass in the pond that bore a striking resemblance to a brain wiggling around in the water. Fortunately, it wasn't a human brain as he initially feared. Nevertheless, its peculiar nature was just as bewildering as a real brain would have been. It turned out to be a collection of minuscule creatures rarely seen before. People who've encountered this unusual formation have given it interesting monikers such as Blob Monster and Dragon Booger. A security guard whose duty, unfortunately, was of night, and he had to guard the building all night long. For some days, he was hearing weird noises like someone slamming the door, but he didn't pay much attention to it. But one day, it was getting a little too much, so gathered all the courage and went to check who exactly is there. While he couldn't see anyone, his camera captured a ghostly shadow on it. But was the ghost behind all those noises, or was there something more scary hidden? No one could even answer that. A Facebook picture circulated in 2014 had a lot of people up there worried. The post was shared thousands of times within a few hours and had a lot of people uttering the word Skinwalker, a well-known legend in Indian country. The picture shows an unexplained being lurking on the side of a road. Someone caught a really creepy video and posted it online. It shows a creature that looks like a spider or maybe a crab, and it scared a lot of people. At first, I thought it was just a dog dressed up in a spider suit, but when I took a closer look, I realized it definitely wasn't a dog. The only dog in the video looked totally freaked out by the weird bent-legged things too. So we're all pretty confused about what it could be. So there was this male deer in Ottawa, Canada that got caught on camera losing its antlers. It might seem strange to us, but it's actually a regular thing for male deer to lose their antlers in winter to make way for new ones. The shedding process usually happens from late winter to early spring. It was funny to see that the deer in the video seemed surprised by what was happening and ran away looking confused. It's really hard to figure out what those lights in the sky are. Some people think they might be aliens, but others think it's just a bug in front of the camera. Do you think this means aliens are visiting us, or maybe they're here but we don't even know it? Also, what about those strange flying objects we sometimes see? The government just released a report on them, but there's still not enough evidence to know for sure what they are. We know how birds travel from one place to another in flocks, all flying together to search for new places to live and feed, right? But this murmuration of a massive flock of birds was just something else. Even the researchers said they'd never seen such a kind of behavior in birds before, and that it might be alarming as well. Do you doubt the existence of Bigfoot and other creatures like that? Well, check this out. There's some drone footage that might make you think twice. In the video, you can see some enormous trees shaking like crazy as if a giant monster is trying to pull them out of the ground. And we're not talking about puny trees. These ones are huge and super tall. No way could a person or machine do something like that. So do you still believe that Bigfoots are just made-up stories? And this video was captured on a trail cam, and it's just too cute to miss. You can see a mother fox and her 4 cubs all playing around and annoying their mom a bit, but she doesn't seem to mind at all. What's even more amazing is that the family seems completely oblivious to the fact that they're being recorded. This picture shows a Bigfoot walking through the woods. It was taken by a trail cam installed in the Charleston area, but when they went to investigate it, it turned out to just be a cutout of a cardboard, which was all part of a prank pulled by someone. Believe it or not, this bear from Boulder, Colorado has become the new selfie champ. The story goes that this curious creature found a camera with a motion sensor and decided to go wild with it. The outcome? More than 400 snapshots of the bear posing in all kinds of ways, giving his best sultry gaze and even making some goofy faces. This bear wasn't going to quit until it got every picture just right for social media. So, I know spotting an old man just walking anywhere does not sound spooky or anything, but spotting something which looks like an old man but with no head and carrying God knows what in his hand is one disturbing thing. To some it was a demon, while to others some kind of prank. But whatever it was, the man was not something you'd want to encounter in your life. Most of us just want to stay away from danger, but some curious minds, they just love diving deep into the mysteries. For instance, these two. While wandering in the forest, they came across an abandoned mine shaft. By the looks of it, it seemed like it's been centuries till the mine shaft has been used by anyone. So, well, unlike every normal human being, these two decided to go a little closer and check what was in there. And a second later, we knew the reason why the mine shaft was abandoned, as a weird creature with glowing eyes just pops out of nowhere. Just as spiders have been caught crawling on the trail cams, some other weird creatures have been caught flying here and there as well. For instance, take this one. This Ring camera was supposed to keep eyes on the intruders, but what it recorded left the house owners in shock. At first, what you see might look like a spider, but some tiny strange creatures keep flying around the camera. But what was it? Some fairies or something else? Do let us know what you guys think. When this man was trying to find something out of the ordinary in the woods, he came across exactly that. A weird, tiny creature with glowing eyes hiding deep under some abandoned well. And even though he was just looking for that kind of thing, the man did not stop for even a second to have a closer look at that thing. This video captures this super creepy guy lurking around in the woods. The person filming tries to have a chat with him and figure out what he's doing there.
How you doing? Oh.
But he doesn't say a single word. Instead, he just makes these spine-chilling noises that'll totally creep you out. After a moment, the man begins crawling out of the woods in the most bizarre manner, and that's when the person filming becomes spooked and decides to leave the area. So there's this video of these guys who went for a night walk in the woods. They had a flashlight, but it was still hella dark. As they were walking, they found this strange creature sitting on the ground with its back to them. At first, they figured it was some sort of animal, but when it turned its head around, they saw these creepy glowing eyes and a super creepy face. Some folks say it was a demon, while others reckon it was a fallen angel. Either way, it's some seriously spooky stuff. This video features a man who was intrigued by unusual sounds emanating from the sewer near his home. He'd heard similar noises before and had seen what he believed to be an extraterrestrial being. In a courageous attempt, he tried to communicate with the creature, but the outcome was anything but calm. While some speculate that it may have been the rake, the identity of the creature remains a mystery. Where trail cameras usually take pictures of animals when they're doing their normal things like resting, looking for food, and doing their daily tasks, sometimes these cameras capture really strange and funny moments too. Like this bear who was just doing its bear things when suddenly it saw something really strange in front of it. It was its own reflection. Can you imagine? The bear was really surprised and didn't like it at all. It didn't expect to see itself like that, and it got upset, or at least it seemed like it did. This CCTV camera was only mounted to ensure the safety of the vehicles and all, but it ended up recording a weird creature who crawled up to a poster on the wall and then continued to scratch it to pieces before moving away and out of the camera's reach. And even if we look at it closely, it looks nothing like a human wearing any costume. This Eagle Cam captures amazing footage off the coast of Southern California, specifically the west end of Catalina Island. We see a bald eagle in its cliffside nest about to settle for the night. A sly fox approaches hoping for free eggs, but Mama Eagle intimidates it. She calls for her mate who quickly responds. The fox posed no threat to the eagle, but was after the eggs. This video reveals the dangers of lurking in the wild and for the animals at night, as some predators prefer coming out when others are asleep. In January 2021, a clip went viral which showed a weird hairless creature crawling up to things in the jungle. As much as it creeped people out, it also alerted the authorities who began the search for it. And after months and months of search, they actually did find it. Though the bear was in pretty rough condition, he was scared and weak and had to be kept in a cage before he was transferred to somewhere safe and where he can be taken care of. These trees were recorded moving. Like literally moving from one place to another. Was it the neighborhood that annoyed them, or they felt unsafe due to humans? We could never know since trees don't talk. Now this one might be just an image taken by a trail cam and not a whole video, but this single image is enough for us to get an idea about how eerie and unbelievable life in the woods can be. Was it an alien or just an animal from an unusual angle? We can't say for sure, but you let us know if you have any ideas. If you think it's just another usual trail cam video which shows gorillas sitting here and there and busy with their normal routine, that's not the case. These aren't just any gorillas. These are the Cross River gorillas, and sadly they're endangered with only 200 individuals left to survive. In fact, these are the rarest gorillas on the whole planet. And this trail cam happened to capture these majestic creatures living their lives in Cameroon. You must be thinking it's too dark and too blurry to actually determine that's a Bigfoot going about in the woods, but the size of the creature and what we can make out from the darkness, I don't see any chance of it being some other animal other than Bigfoot. I mean, we can see it walking on 2 feet and it being all dark and hairy, and its size as compared to the trees is pretty huge. Ask me, and I'd say it's a Bigfoot for sure. This man had heard that mysterious creatures lurk in the desert, especially at night. So he did what anyone would do, set up a camera and waited for the night to pass so he could go check if it captured anything unusual. And to his surprise, it actually did. What was it? A death worm? An alien? A monster? We'll give you a moment to take a guess. But when he inspected it all, it turned out it was just a buffalo. But scary nonetheless. Don't worry, man, we were just as confused as you were. In June 2022, a man's security camera happened to click a photo which had the whole world in shock. Even the mainstream media couldn't help but feature it. They called it the Wolfman. Nobody had any idea if that was someone playing a prank or was it really a Wolfman. At first, the residents of the area thought it was just a coyote responsible for the missing animals and spreading fear everywhere, so they set up cameras everywhere in hopes of catching the animal in the act. However, what the camera ended up recording was something that blew their minds. A huge creature was seen lurking in the woods. And what else could it be except for the famous Sasquatch, right? It was never caught, but was never seen ever again either. Maybe it's since that humans have come about it. What do we call a person gliding through the streets? Not walking like normal human beings, but moving in some otherworldly form? We call it a ghost, and a ghost is what this CCTV camera ended up recording. Now, don't ask me whose ghost it was, because I don't know about that, but it does seem like in a hurry. Maybe he was going on his daily haunting duty. What do you say? A crooked, glowing creature moving in the weirdest way possible in the street. If I ever see something like that, I'm going to leave the country for good. I don't know how these people get the courage to actually stand there and record such stuff. And, well, as soon as this video hit the internet, it had everyone in shock. Questions arising from everywhere about the authenticity of the clip and the identity of the creature, but the questions had been unanswered ever since. How fast is a mountain lion, and how sneaky is it? If you find yourself wondering such questions, then we're here to give you answers. As this mountain lion sneaked up on the deer, and the deer was all clamped in its claws in a matter of mere seconds, and good thing this was all captured on a trail cam installed somewhere in California, and if you notice, the leap is right on the neck, fast and on target. Amazing. When one cougar minded its own business, the other one was in a mood of letting the man know how dangerous he can be. So he ran as fast as he could towards the man and stopped just a few inches away. And he did it for 6 minutes straight. Might be the longest 6 minutes of that man's life. And about the man, I would say he did a great job at staying calm and not taking off running as most people would have done, and he never turned away from the cougar. And that's what saved his life. When these pictures went viral online, they really got people talking. They show a little cat sitting on top of some big animals, which surprised a lot of folks. Nobody could believe how chill the cat was about it. Some people even made jokes about the cat being the boss of all the other animals. But then some experts gave their 2 cents and said that the cat, which is called a genet, was likely using the other animals as a lookout point to find prey. That's pretty clever if you ask me. There was a guy in Brazil who saw something strange on a rooftop while he was doing his own thing and decided to record it. What he captured was a weird creature that looked like a huge ant hanging out on the roof. Some people thought it was extraterrestrial, but to me it looks like a really big ant. Brazil has all sorts of creepy crawlies, so who knows what else is out there, right? The freakiest part is that the creature vanishes right after the guy spots it. What was it doing up there? We may never find out. Have you ever seen those spooky creatures people call Nightcrawlers or soul walkers? They can give you the creeps, but they're also strangely calming. There's this video from California back in 2011 that shows 2 stick-like figures walking through the woods. They almost look like a family of ghosts, with one resembling a little baby ghost and the other maybe a ghost mom or dad. It's a peaceful and serene scene, and I hope they were able to keep wandering about undisturbed. Trail cameras are used to take pictures of animals in the wild, but sometimes they capture something really creepy. Like this one time, a man in a clown mask was caught on camera in the forest at night. We don't know what he was doing there, or if he was even a real person. The spooky clown stared right at the camera before vanishing into the woods, giving everyone the creeps. Who knows what other scary stuff is out there lurking in the shadows? The deep, dark woods conceal secrets and elusive creatures that have managed to evade human detection. Despite our assumptions that certain species have gone extinct, they persist in their natural habitats, hidden from our eyes. However, a trail camera recently captured a remarkable sighting in Vietnam, a 2-tone mouse deer that scientists believed had been extinct for 30 years. The footage astonished the world as it revealed a healthy and lively creature meandering through the woods. So there was a video that captured an elk on a trail cam wearing a tire like a necklace. Crazy, right? This poor elk had the tire around his neck for 2 years while going about his daily life. As time passed, his neck and antlers grew bigger, which made it impossible for him to remove the tire by himself. Luckily, wildlife officials came to the rescue. They gave the elk some medicine to make him sleep and attempted to remove the tire. Sadly, they had to remove his antlers too. But don't worry, the elk will grow a new pair of antlers in due time. The Wildlife Channel put cameras in the jungle to see the animals there. They were hoping to film them doing normal things, but what the cameras showed was surprising. The bears they caught on camera were dancing and moving their bodies like Shakira. It's pretty amazing that bears can dance like that, but did you know that bears also get itchy? And instead of scratching themselves with their paws like we do, they use trees. And look at them go. They're really enjoying themselves, aren't they? When you go camping, unexpected guests might drop by, like mosquitoes and other bugs if you're lucky. But if you're not, like the guy in this video, a big male lion and 2 lionesses might pay you a visit. The man was sleeping soundly in his tent when all of a sudden this happened. Luckily, he stayed put and didn't try to run away. The lion seemed more curious than anything and didn't harm him. Despite the scare, the camper had an unforgettable night. So there's this really weird thing that a camera caught in the forest. It looked like the earth was moving up and down, almost like it was taking a break from spinning and going around the sun. People call it the breathing earth because it's like the ground is breathing. This happens when the wind is strong and the ground is loose. It can be pretty scary if you don't know what's going on. You might think the earth is going to swallow you up. It's definitely one of the craziest things ever caught on trail camera. Recently, a trail camera recorded an intense brawl between 2 male bears. It all started when one of the bears let out a bone-chilling snarl, warning the other bear to back off. Things quickly escalated from there, with the bears wrestling and biting each other in a wild frenzy. The fight lasted for a few minutes before they eventually went their separate ways. It was a crazy scene that happened deep in the heart of the woods. A creepy trail cam pic caused a stir online because a little girl was seen in the middle of nowhere with no humans around. People wondered how she got there or if she was a ghost, but it turns out she was just with her grandpa and the pic was taken in the woods. No need to be scared, she's a real human. This picture was captured by a trail camera in the dead of night. We haven't been able to investigate it further, but it appears to be a rake lurking in the darkness of the woods. We're keeping our eyes peeled for any updates, but for now, all we have is this eerie image, and people are saying it's real. It isn't always the animals or the mysterious beings that lurk in the woods. Sometimes it's humpback whales also, found laying all deep in the woods. And how exactly the whale ended up there, so far away from the ocean? Well, that's been a mystery ever since. When a man went out to check his trail cam and what it captured this time, he was stunned to see the picture the camera had taken. To some, it appeared like 2 glowing eyes, and to others, it was a UFO. Since it was just a picture, we can't say if it was fake or just something which looks eerie. Crocodiles are super deadly creatures. They don't care about anyone or anything, not even if you're just trying to record them with a camera. They can sneak up on you real slow, and before you know it, you're stuck in their powerful jaws with no escape. These fierce felines hunt and chow down on all sorts of critters, but one time one of them got snapped by a camera while running into a rattlesnake on its way somewhere. It made sure to take out the snake before resuming its original plans, but man, it really had to work hard to take down that snake. It used its sharp claws and teeth to crush and bite the snake's head in an epic battle. At first, the coyote could be seen running away from the camera's range of vision, and shortly after, the mountain lion appeared and chased after the coyote. And after a few seconds, we could hear the coyote screaming for help, indicating that the mountain lion had caught it. That's how fast these deadly lions are. Have you ever seen videos of people fighting that go viral online? It happens quite a bit, right? But it's actually pretty rare to come across videos of kangaroos fighting. Well, I recently saw one on trail camera footage. These 2 kangaroos were squabbling and it was pretty interesting to watch. The fight started when they grabbed each other by the neck and tried to knock each other over. But in the end, they both walked away peacefully. Pretty cool, huh? A home security camera in Texas ended up recording a girl dressed in all white walking through the backyard. When the family saw it, they were all perplexed as the girl was not someone they knew or had ever seen. But then, who was it? A ghost? Or just someone pulling a prank? Humans have a natural curiosity that drives them to investigate anything unusual. But in this particular case, a man took his curiosity to the extreme. He heard strange sounds coming from the woods and decided to explore it late at night to see if he could find anything interesting. To his surprise, he stumbled upon a strange creature behind a tree, making weird whistle-like sounds. Realizing the danger, he quickly ran away as fast as he could without looking to see if the creature was following him. It seems his curiosity got the best of him in this scary encounter. The Amazon rainforest is a place where you can find unique and unusual creatures. People often put trail cameras there to capture these animals. Recently, a rare Amazonian short-eared dog was spotted on one of these cameras. The species was thought to be almost extinct for a while, and researchers were losing hope of finding any. However, this video gave them new hope. The dog was just sniffing around in the forest like any other day. Teams have been sent to locate the dog so that it can be kept safe in a preserve and live longer. Now, this camera was installed in a wolf's den to see and keep track of what the mama wolf and her cubs were up to all the time. And this is how this mama was recording, trying to have some me time without her annoying kids ruining it. She left them out and came back to rest, but no, the kids won't leave her alone. They came back to annoy the hell out of their mother, leaving her angry and frustrated. I guess kids are all the same, no matter if they're humans or animals. This video was recorded in 2017 by a guy who was cycling in the woods. Now, the purpose behind this guy being there is unknown, but what he managed to capture is something way more interesting. A clown standing straight and emotionless in the middle of the woods. As the guy saw the clown at first, he tried going near him, but after a few seconds thought it was better to just get out of the place. Best decision, I say. The man who recorded this clip described the creature as looking like a dinosaur, but as it hit the internet, people couldn't help but wonder if it was the famous Loch Ness Monster. However, wildlife expert Ron McGill of Zoo Miami weighed in and suggested that the creature may just be a small whale surfacing. Still, nothing's for sure. There's always a chance that it can be the monster. You do let us know what you think, though. Trail cams get footage at times which is not possible if a person with a camera is recording. For instance, where this buck was filmed being a sleepyhead. Even though this is just a few seconds long, according to the owner of the camera, the deer usually comes every day and lay down at the exact same spot to take a short nap. Maybe it's the area that he likes, or maybe it's the camera. I mean, who knows, right? A crooked, glowing creature moving in the weirdest way possible in the street. If I ever see something like that, I'm going to leave the country for good. I don't know how these people get the courage to actually stand there and record such stuff. And, well, as soon as this video hit the internet, it had everyone in shock. Questions arising from everywhere about the authenticity of the clip and the identity of the creature, but the questions had been unanswered ever since. There was a guy in Brazil who saw something strange on a rooftop while he was doing his own thing and decided to record it. What he captured was a weird creature that looked like a huge ant hanging out on the roof. Some people thought it was extraterrestrial, but to me it looks like a really big ant. Brazil has all sorts of creepy crawlies, so who knows what else is out there, right? The freakiest part is that the creature vanishes right after the guy spots it. What was it doing up there? We may never find out. Trail cameras are used to take pictures of animals in the wild, but sometimes they capture something really creepy. Like this one time, a man in a clown mask was caught on camera in the forest at night. We don't know what he was doing there, or if he was even a real person. The spooky clown stared right at the camera before vanishing into the woods, giving everyone the creeps. Who knows what other scary stuff is out there lurking in the shadows? Well, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get updates related to our latest videos.
Let's check out this clip caught on a home security camera outside a house. You can hear faint footsteps before a blurry figure appears and moves across the screen. Since the video quality is poor, it's hard to make out any details. Is it a prowler or could it be something paranormal? Upon closer inspection, the figure seems to briefly disappear when it reaches the center of the screen. This leaves us wondering if it's just a camera glitch or if there's something more sinister going on. These two men kept hearing strange voices from their backyard and eventually decided to go check. But what they did not know was that they were in for a surprise. A huge monster was seen running to hide from them, but that did not stop the friends there. They had to go check, and that is when we see the terrifying face. The video ends right there, so let's just hope both of them are okay. While a farmer was out with his goats and cows, he sensed that something was not okay. So he took his camera out and started checking the area. And what he found was this creepy black creature with big horns at the very edge of his property. Even though the creature did not look interested in coming near or harming the man, it was still good that he only recorded the thing and did not try to go near. In 2016, a strange video surfaced online showing a woman shopping at a mall. Suddenly, an item falls behind her, and she puts it back on the shelf. Then she starts acting weirdly, as if something is controlling her. She drops her shopping and writhes on the floor, screaming loudly. Her screams even push the onlookers away. As the man in black tries to hold her down, the woman calms down, but then lets out a final scream, which makes objects in the store move and the security camera flicker. This video was filmed by a guy from Mexico. Some people who have watched it are saying it's one of the most clear sightings of a UFO ever caught on camera. Against a totally dark sky, you can see a weird blue circle that looks like it's morphing into different shapes. Apparently, this man had this strange thing hovering over his house for about a half an hour before it vanished. What do you think it might be? In this video, Rick Dyer, a self-proclaimed Bigfoot tracker, claimed to have killed the elusive creature. The video shows a tense moment where the massive beast attacks the man holding the camera. Afterwards, Dyer provides a few pictures, claiming they're of the Bigfoot he killed. So do you think it was really a Bigfoot that he killed, or was he just lying straight away? This clip features an American tourist who got an unexpected guest on a safari in Tanzania. Well, Britton Hayes from Seattle got a special visitor in the form of a cheetah who jumped right into the back seat of his vehicle. And if that wasn't wild enough, another cheetah decided to join in on the fun. Poor Hayes was frozen with fear, praying he wouldn't become dinner for the big cats. A bizarre figure dressed in white was spotted standing directly under the window of a house where the mother and her baby had been only moments before. It appeared as though the figure knew where the family was located. The incident left the woman feeling shaken and terrified, with no logical explanation for what had just happened. Some say it was a witch, while others think it was something else. Still, it remains a mystery. Whether it was an extraterrestrial being or simply an optical illusion, this video is fascinating to watch. A large group of individuals gathered to witness this bizarre creature, which appeared to be levitating in midair while wearing wings on its arms and feet. Although it resembled a mermaid or an alien, it actually looked more like a boy. However, the reality behind the levitation was not as mysterious as it seemed. In fact, it was just a simple trick involving thin strings that helped the individual hover in the air. A pilot was on his usual routine, flying a plane from one city to another. But what he did not know was that he was about to come across a sight he had ever imagined, a UFO. Now, for those of you thinking it was just a balloon, those don't fly forwards, they go upwards. And also, balloons do not have this kind of speed. So nope, that wasn't a balloon. To me, it totally looks like a UFO. While paying a visit to his loved ones in the cemetery, a guy stumbled upon something peculiar. He noticed a grave that was partially open and seemed like it was being destroyed. As he went closer, he was taken aback to see the remains of a body buried there, including a tall skeleton that was around 1.8 meters tall. But that wasn't all. There were other skulls and bones inside the grave, which hinted at some sort of witchcraft. However, nothing was ever really explained or cleared up. This video features a man named Hassan, who is an explorer of witches. He voluntarily searches for witches, and in this particular video, he visits a witch mountain to find one. To his surprise, he actually spots a witch dressed in black clothes and holding a stick, which seems to be made from an animal skull. Initially, she was sitting at the cave entrance, but when she saw the YouTuber, she went inside and started mumbling some spells. Suddenly, a stone hit Hassan's face, which was a signal for him to back off as the witch didn't want to be disturbed. As the driver was cruising down the Queensland Highway, little did he know that he was in for a surprise. As he continued driving, he spotted something unusual on the side of the road. To his shock, he and other onlookers saw a ghostly figure standing in the middle of the road. The ghost, which appeared to be a pure white child, was just a few inches above the ground. The eerie sighting quickly gained fame and was dubbed the Ghost Child by many. However, some skeptics argued that it might have been just a human baby who happened to wander in the middle of the road. Even though the video is made by an amateur and we don't know who made it, it's perfect for our list. Can you imagine that there's a pterosaur flying in the sky? We know about pterosaurs because of fossils in movies, but we can't see them anymore. But some lucky people saw one and filmed it. I'm happy we have the video. Do you think it's real or just for attention? Most folks would bolt to the side of an alligator, but not these guys. This couple not only keeps one as a pet, but also knows how to make it blush. When the gator struggled to chomp down some grub, it got bashful and decided to give up and take a dip in the water instead. Aw, poor fella. A group of folks caught some ducks being super chill. Even when the water dragged them toward the brink, they were like, nah, whatever. Everyone was freaked out, but little did they know that these feathered friends were just messing around. As soon as they got close to the edge, they flapped their wings and flew to safety. Sneaky ducks. A few years ago, there was a video that became really popular online. It showed a strange sea creature that some people had caught and filmed. A lot of folks believe it's the real deal and pretty creepy too. The creature looks a bit like a sea hare, but with some serious sharp teeth inside its mouth. Honestly, I don't know what it was up to, but it definitely gave me the heebie-jeebies. The folks who were used to discovering fishes on the shore were taken aback when they stumbled upon a strange human-like creature that had washed upon the beach. It appeared to be a miniature version of a human, with a slimy coating all over its body and small limbs. The more they examined it, the more it mystified them, especially when they observed it breathing and slightly shifting its eerie body. What do you think it was? This incredible video was taken in Jakarta, Indonesia on September 11, 2011. You can see a radiant winged being that looks like an angel descending from the sky and touching down on the ground before taking off again. When people saw this video, they started calling the figure the Angel of Jakarta. Some people even thought it might be a guardian angel sent down. However, there's always a chance that this might be fake. Have you seen this video that's been going viral lately? It's really interesting. Nobody knows where it's from, but it seems to have been filmed in Africa. In the video, a group of people are gathered around a woman standing in the water, and it looks like some sort of ritual is taking place. But then something crazy happens. All of a sudden, the water recedes super fast, and the bay is completely dry where others are standing. People freaked out and said that the shaman caused the water to shift using some kind of divine power. But nothing was ever explained by anyone. Have you ever seen a super buff goat? If you haven't, we're about to show you something awesome. So this guy was out hiking in the mountains, just enjoying nature and all that. And guess what he stumbled upon? This seriously ripped goat. He knew he had to capture it on his phone and share it with everyone. And guess what? The video went crazy viral on Twitter, racking up a whopping 4 million views. People couldn't help but be amazed by the goat's incredible physique. This guy was out in the wilderness filming a video, just minding his own business, when all of a sudden, he sees something bolting towards him like a bat out of hell. And guess what? It's a freaking mountain lion! Yeah, you heard me right. This guy is staring down a big, wild apex predator. But you know what's even crazier? He manages to narrowly escape like a boss. This dude had a seriously close call.
No, you taste, dude.
But he lives to tell the tale, and we're all glad he made it out in one piece. Well, on their routine bike ride along steep tracks, a group of bikers encountered a terrifying experience that would haunt them forever. As they ventured deeper into the forest, a strange humanoid creature suddenly emerged from the side of the track and quickly started running away. The sight of the creature caused one of the bikers to lose control and fall off his bike. Shocked, the biker with the camera attempted to chase after the creature, but to his surprise, it vanished into thin air, leaving him bewildered. An incredible video aired on an Indian news channel featuring the most mind-blowing thing ever. A leopard visited a cow every night, and they had their own secret friendship going on while the humans snoozed. Upon investigation, it was discovered that the cow had taken care of the leopard when it was a baby, and now the leopard was not ready to let go of its caregiver. How sweet is that? Even though the video is made by an amateur and we don't know who made it, it's perfect for our list. Can you imagine that there's a pterosaur flying in the sky? We know about pterosaurs because of fossils in movies, but we can't see them anymore. But some lucky people saw one and filmed it. I'm happy we have the video. Do you think it's real or just for attention? Most folks would bolt to the side of an alligator, but not these guys. This couple not only keeps one as a pet, but also knows how to make it blush. When the gator struggled to chomp down some grub, it got bashful and decided to give up and take a dip in the water instead. Aw, poor fella. This Ring camera recorded a man walking on the street at night, but just after a few seconds, he appeared to have vanished in thin air. It was in the middle of the camera's view, so we cannot say that he may have walked to the edge of the view. Now, how did this happen and who exactly was the man? This answer remained unknown as the woman whose camera recorded it said she had never seen him before. A year ago, people in Washington saw this weird phenomena happening. A number of fishes were seen crossing the road. Just like you and me, they were all so shocked to see how these salmon fishes were showing this unusual behavior. However, this scenario is the result of the river flooding. What you're seeing are salmon going from a field that they've been washed into, back across the road to get back into the river to continue their journey. This doesn't happen very often, but when it does, some salmon that get washed out do this to make it back. What you're seeing right here is a spider which is newly discovered. When the researchers saw it for the first time flip-flopping its way through the desert, they were astonished. At first, it was thought that something might have triggered such behavior. However, later it was observed that this was a new species, and this spider was unlike all the others, and it only does its cartwheeling when trying to get away from a predator. We don't know what this dog was thinking, but he sure did surprise all the humans with his supernatural ability to walk on the water. Every single person in the party was just left shaken. It almost seems like something out of the movie The Secret Life of Pets. Do you think it could be based on a true story? Ravens are incredible beings and are considered to be one of the smartest birds. But one quality of theirs makes them more special than anyone else, and that is the way they can imitate human voices.
Hi. Hi. Good bird.
For instance, this clip shows a couple recording a raven perched on a stone, then try to make the bird imitate them. But at first, it doesn't seem to care. But then, all of a sudden, the raven starts repeating what they say.
You alright, man? You alright? You alright?
It even says, "I'm alright."
You alright? You alright? alright. I'm alright.
If you think penguins are just fluffy birds just walking here and there in the coldest regions on the Earth, well, you're wrong, because these penguins are actually having way more fun than any of us. Just that their style of having fun is a little unusual, because what they do love is to poop over one another. Now, I know, it might sound gross and you might go all ew hearing this, but they enjoy it a lot. And who are we to judge, right? Humans and animals have been living together for decades, and this year-long relation has led to us understanding each other pretty much. For instance, take the elephant as an example. Years and years after passing the same road, he has come to know that a truck passes the same road every day with lots of sugarcane. So, what did the elephant decide to do? He decided to take a shortcut to get food and steal from the truck whenever he gets the chance to. These tourists were out looking and admiring the natural beauty when one of them discovered this strange thing happening. He found a waterfall where the water was turning into perfectly round ice balls.
Ice balls.
Don't they just look perfect? And if you're thinking of hitting a friend with it, don't play with them or use them as weapons, because they'll hurt. Bugs are often thought of as tiny creatures that anyone can easily squash, aren't they? However, this particular bug defies that stereotype and proves that size doesn't always equate to weakness. Its grip was one of the most powerful I have ever seen, clinging to the machine with an unyielding force that seemed to say, "Go ahead and try to break free." Isn't that truly remarkable? This kangaroo was stuck and had come to the conclusion that he cannot do anything about his situation and needs the help of humans. That is why he did not resist or punch the men who came to help him. Instead, after getting saved and safely on the land, he stood there, calmly waiting for the humans to shake his hand.
Oh, he's thanking ya.
Such bizarre creatures. Not especially friendly, but impossible not to love. So this photographer thought she'd get some cool shots of these seals up close by laying low on the ground. But one of the seals spotted her and decided to check out what's going on. Next thing you know, this huge baby elephant seal is flopping over to investigate. And before she knows it, she's getting squished. Apparently, the seal weighed over 100 kilograms. But the best part is, she and her husband couldn't stop laughing, even though she was flattened like a pancake. Have you seen this video where a photographer was trying to capture some pictures of meerkats in their natural habitat? Well, the meerkats were not too happy being ignored, and they decided to check out the photographer instead. They climbed up on his head, back, and even his camera. These moments were called magic moments by the BBC, and we totally get why. This video features a man showing off his cartwheeling skills in front of a dolphin enclosure. At first, one curious dolphin tried to imitate him, but gave up after one attempt. But then another dolphin arrived and was totally into it. She mimicked every single cartwheel the man did, as if she was trying to impress him. I mean, who knew? Maybe the dolphin did get a crush on the man, right?
This is so cool! This is... Oh my god.
Be it monkeys, chimps, or gorillas, they are all said to be the most intelligent animals on Earth. And they imitate humans almost perfectly. For instance, see this one chimp who was recorded by a camera washing a cloth. Then it cleaned its hands and face with it. The caretakers had no idea where the animal had picked up this habit. According to them, no one ever did anything like that in front of the chimp. But then, where did he learn that? Take a look at this unlikely pair taking a leisurely walk through the woods. It's a lion and a deer. Can you imagine? This trail cam clip is truly special, considering lions are notorious predators and rulers of the jungle. Yet here we witness a deer fearlessly following a lion, as if they're old chums or something. Who knows what really happens in the animal world? But one thing is certain, this video is guaranteed to brighten your day and put a smile on your face. What you're seeing right here might look like a worm to you, but just look at its fang-type teeth and the whole head. This is not a worm, folks. It is called a caecilian, and these are amphibians. Yup, just like frogs. They just lack arms and legs. But as they lacked their nature made them the only amphibians to have fangs. Have you ever heard of a fishing cat? No, it's not a cat that likes to go fishing with a rod and reel. These adorable felines are the only ones in the world that specialize in catching fish. While other cats may nibble on a fish occasionally, these guys are pros at it. Found in South Asia, fishing cats are known for their unique hunting style. They dive face first into the water to ambush their prey. This video shows two turtles hanging out together, when suddenly one of them flips over and can't get back on its feet. But what happens next is truly heartwarming. The other turtle comes to the rescue and uses its head to push and help the struggling one roll back over. This behavior has been seen among turtles a lot of times. When one rolls over the other, one comes running to help. This amazing chimp was seen sweeping the floor in his cage with a broom. It's incredible, right? According to his caretaker, the chimp learned this behavior by simply watching them sweep the floor. Apparently, she's usually the one cleaning up the enclosure, but this clever chimp decided to lend a hand. This man was sitting in the woods minding his own business when this little guy decided to come up to him and give some company. What did he want in return? Just some scratches under his neck. That is all the payment needed for such nice company. And look at that cute face. Every time I hear about catfish, they're always doing something wild. Now in India, these slippery swimmers are taking to land and learning how to walk. Don't they have enough space in the vast ocean? Apparently not, as they venture onto land in search of grub. I don't know about you, but to me it's kind of freaky to see so many of them scurrying about. What a strange sight. If you thought sloths were nothing but lazy critters, prepare to have your mind blown. Because it turns out they can move pretty darn fast when they want to. I mean, check out the footage of those little guys attacking those humans with lightning speed. Honestly, it's probably best to give them their space and let them do their sloth thing without disturbing them. Who knew these seemingly laid-back animals had such a surprising burst of energy in them? Well, on their routine bike ride along steep tracks, a group of bikers encountered a terrifying experience that would haunt them forever. As they ventured deeper into the forest, a strange humanoid creature suddenly emerged from the side of the track and quickly started running away. The sight of the creature caused one of the bikers to lose control and fall off his bike. Shocked, the biker with the camera attempted to chase after the creature, but to his surprise, it vanished into thin air, leaving him bewildered. As Vincent Vajera was enjoying a leisurely fishing trip off the coast of California, he got an unexpected visitor. A friendly seal who decided to hop aboard his kayak. Initially, Vincent was a bit startled, but he quickly realized that the seal just wanted a hug. The adorable creature snuggled up to Vincent and refused to leave, creating a heartwarming moment that was caught on camera.
Here's my new friend. He jumped aboard out at the bridge.
Despite several attempts to coax the seal back into the water, the little guy just wanted to stay and hang out with his new friends. Check out this crazy footage captured by some guys in Israel. They managed to catch what looks like a real-life mermaid on camera. The quality isn't great, but you can totally see the creature chilling on a rock before diving back into the water when it notices the guys creeping up.
What is that? Oh my god! What is that?
Do you think this thing was the real deal or just some kind of hoax? We want to hear your thoughts. When a wildlife channel placed cameras in the jungle, their goal was to capture footage of animals being themselves. What they didn't expect was to witness bears shaking their behinds and moving like Shakira in the woods. Just like us humans, bears get itchy sometimes. But unlike us, they scratch their backs on trees, and they absolutely love doing it. I mean, look at them. You won't believe what I just saw in this video. So it was late at night, and this guy was driving his usual route when he came across something super creepy. He was like, nope, I'm turning back and getting out of here. There was this ghostly woman in the middle of the road, holding a knife, and she was actually stabbing herself. Can you imagine? What would you do if you witnessed that? There was a French photographer who decided to set up a camera and a big mirror in the middle of the jungle. He wanted to see how the animals would react to their own reflections. And guess what? It turned out way crazier than he expected. The leopard couldn't get enough of itself. The gorilla saw it as a chance to have a fight with its own reflection, and the elephant didn't really care much. But the chimpanzees, oh boy, they had a blast checking themselves out while scratching. Imagine there's a dock and out of nowhere a mermaid shows up. She looks all confused, swimming back and forth like she's trying to find her way to the water. But here's the strange part. There were people around, and they didn't do anything. I mean, come on, if I saw a mermaid, I'd be freaking out. You'd think someone would have called the authorities or something. Now, there's a big debate about whether this video is real or edited. Nobody really knows for sure. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Imagine if the magical world from the books and movies were actually real. Well, after watching this video of a creature that looks just like Dobby, I can't help but wonder if there's a hidden realm of magic out there that we humans don't know about. This creature was doing some kind of funky dance with its thin legs, and trust me, it definitely wasn't a human or some kid doing a chicken dance. Have you seen this bizarre video that's been going around? It's super short, but it shows this seriously weird creature on a random trail in the middle of nowhere. It's hard to make out what it is, but it kind of resembles a woman with a really strange posture. The thing is all muddy or dark brown and crawling around, scratching the ground with its long, skinny fingers. It also has something pointy sticking out of its head and seems to be crying. You know those pesky raccoons in North America that are always causing trouble for humans? Well, turns out they can annoy bucks too. In this video, these little thieves were initially tolerated as they stole food from the fields. But after a while, the buck's patience reached its limit. The food was running out, but the raccoons just kept showing up. There were so many raccoons, and they were so stubborn that the deer felt overwhelmed and decided to take matters into its own hooves. Apparently, a baby dinosaur or something that looks like it was spotted running around the city on CCTV footage. It's got us all wondering, could it be possible that dinosaurs still exist? I mean, how crazy would that be? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think it's legit or just a prank? Whether it's alligators or crocodiles, we've always seen them as fierce predators. But have you ever wondered what these reptiles do when they think no one's watching? Well, picture this. A gator lazily floating around in a pool, seemingly enjoying the refreshing water. It's almost like they're having a chill moment, just vibing with themselves. Seeing them like this, it's hard not to find them kinda cute, right? On Christmas Island in the Indian Ocean, a spectacular natural phenomenon takes place every year. Millions of red crabs embark on an epic journey from the forest to the coast to mate. This journey begins during the rainy season and is protected by park rangers who block off roads and construct temporary fences along the migration path. As the crabs reach the coast, they engage in a frenzied mating ritual before the females lay up to 10,000 eggs each. The island becomes a sea of red as the crabs cover the landscape, creating a breathtaking and unforgettable sight. This spooky video was recorded in Mexico in 2006. You can see a mysterious figure flying through the sky on a broomstick. Some people think it's a witch. The locals had been talking about these witches for ages, but nobody had any proof until this footage was taken. The witch's flight looks a bit shaky, so maybe she's a new witch still practicing her flying skills. In a terrifying encounter in Alberta, Canada, a man captured a video that appears to unveil an enormous creature, potentially belonging to a tribe of colossal beings native to the region, leisurely walking atop of a mountain without any visible means of support. The shadowy figure is of such immense size that it was noticed by two individuals during their usual commute. A multitude of individuals are now filled with curiosity, questioning the validity of the legends surrounding giants in this area. Could it be that there's something far more sinister lurking within the mysterious Alberta mountains? The Rake is a popular creepy urban legend, similar to Slender Man, about a humanoid creature that attacks people. In a video posted by a man on July 25, 2011, filmed near the Hudson Bridge, he heard strange noises on his roof and decided to go check out what was happening while recording it all. While exploring, he unexpectedly falls off the roof, even though he was not injured or anything. The footage revealed a terrifying creature staring back at him later, leaving us all to imagine, was that really a rake?
Hello? Oh my god.
Let's check out this clip captured on a home security camera outside a house. You can hear faint footsteps before a blurry figure appears and moves across the screen. Since the video quality is poor, it's hard to make out any details. Is it a prowler, or could it be something paranormal? Upon closer inspection, the figure seems to briefly disappear when it reaches the center of the screen. This leaves us wondering if it's just a camera glitch, or if there's something more sinister going on. This video was recorded by a group of friends who were looking for ghosts and other unusual beings, they thought that would be present there. And that's exactly what they happened to come across. They were hearing strange noises, and when they went deeper into the forest to investigate, they saw a weird creature staring at them from behind the tree. As soon as they spotted it, it disappeared.
Oh shit! Oh my god.
A weird black smoke-like being is what appears in this video, and this happened when an arrest was going on in Florida. Neither the police officers nor the other man had any idea about it. They remained oblivious to the thing, but the guy recording it was surely freaked out. Riding through the peaceful forest, a lone biker suddenly comes across a strange and mysterious creature. As a cyclist gets closer to a narrow trail surrounded by tall walls, a weird and otherworldly being jumps down from the wall and almost crashes into the biker. Surprised, the cyclist stops to look for the creature, but it has disappeared without a trace. Because of its strange look and incredible speed, it's hard to figure out exactly what this creature could be. There was a French photographer who decided to set up a camera and a big mirror in the middle of the jungle. He wanted to see how the animals would react to their own reflections, and guess what? It turned out way crazier than he expected. The leopard couldn't get enough of itself. The gorilla saw it as a chance to have a fight with its own reflection, and the elephant didn't really care much. But the chimpanzees, oh boy, they had a blast checking themselves out while scratching. In this funny incident, a bear trespassed onto someone's property at night and tried to snack on some chickens. It attempted to break into the chicken coop, but got startled by a strange voice and decided to run away as fast as possible. Turns out, the owner, Haley, woke up in the middle of the night and shouted at the bear from a window to scare it off. Now let's talk about hellhounds. These supernatural dogs are supposed to guard the gates of hell. Ancient Greece had stories about them, including one about a three-headed dog named Cerberus. Legend has it that if you look into its eyes 3 times or more, you'll drop dead on the spot. In this video from the TV show Mountain Monsters, they claim to have captured a real-life hellhound. The host interviewed a guy who said he caught the elusive creature on tape. The footage shows a black 4-legged beast. People all over the world are going crazy over it, wondering if this video is legit or not. You know those mythical creatures called centaurs? They're like humans with a horse's body. Well, check out this newborn goat from Argentina. It has a face that looks human. When the folks in the town saw it, they thought something magical must have been involved in its birth. Some say it's just a weird birth defect, but most people are calling it a real-life centaur. We've seen some bizarre animal videos on the internet, but nothing quite like this goat with a human-like face. In July 2008 in New York, 2 friends were out to take a walk along the shore, not knowing what was about to come next. Lying a few feet away was a dead creature that no one had ever seen before. It was the size of a small dog, a beak like a chicken, and a tail again like a dog. It was hairless but had small patches of hair on it. They posted the picture they took later on the internet, and everyone was left shocked with not even a single person giving a logical explanation. Have you ever seen a super buff goat? If you haven't, we're about to show you something awesome. So this guy was out hiking in the mountains, just enjoying nature and all that. And guess what he stumbled upon? This seriously ripped goat. He knew he had to capture it on his phone and share it with everyone. And guess what? The video went crazy viral on Twitter, racking up a whopping 4 million views. People couldn't help but be amazed by the goat's incredible physique. It's small like a squirrel, but its face is more like a monkey, you know? A farmer caught it on camera while wandering around the woods, but we're clueless about what it actually is. If any of you have any bright ideas, let us in on the secret, okay? It's a bit fuzzy and low res, but what it captures is absolutely unbelievable. Picture this: a creature with a head shaped like a hammer suddenly pops up on a camper's roof, screams its lungs out, and then vanishes into thin air. Some folks thought it resembled a dog, while others said a monkey. But honestly, it didn't look like any of those critters to us. So what the heck was it? Nobody knows. Unlike most of the videos in today's list, this one was recorded in a home where 3 guys were talking while lightly playing with a ball. And that is when a short black witch-like thing appeared out of nowhere and went past them in a hurry, which scared the boys quite a lot. When it was uploaded on the internet, some said it was definitely a witch, while others couldn't help but think it was a fake video. And this one is a very short video, but creepy nonetheless. While the little kid enjoyed her swing, we see a tiny creature running from somewhere behind her. Was it a dwarf, or a ghost, or something more mischievous and scary? I guess we will never know. A man was out driving at night to get to his home, and while he was halfway through, he saw something quite creepy. A woman dressed in fancy clothing was walking on the road. Since she was too far, we can't clearly make out of her dressing, but that's what the man said. Even though he stood there for a few minutes, the woman did not come near. She just kept walking in that area. What if you were in a cemetery visiting a loved one and you encountered a weird man who disappeared behind a pole? Well, that's exactly what happened to this man, and he approached the spot to see where the man had gone, but no one was there. So he hurried back home with 1,000 questions swirling in his mind and a great deal of fear in his heart. In a terrifying encounter in Alberta, Canada, a man captured a video that appears to unveil an enormous creature, potentially belonging to a tribe of colossal beings native to the region, leisurely walking atop of a mountain without any visible means of support. The shadowy figure is of such immense size that it was noticed by 2 individuals during their usual commute. A multitude of individuals are now filled with curiosity, questioning the validity of the legends surrounding giants in this area. Could it be that there's something far more sinister lurking within the mysterious Alberta mountains? This video was recorded in China and has caused controversy since then. Some say that the mermaid in the video is real, and there have been numerous sightings of mermaids in the area, while others refuse to believe it, saying it is nothing but fake. There have been no comments by the authorities, so we can't be sure. But what if it is real? This scary video was recorded in the woods where a little ghost dressed as a human was seen hopping around. But wait until it turns towards the camera, and that's when you see that the little ghost is a dog dressed as a little girl and was just annoying some peaceful moments in the woods. This video was uploaded a few years back on YouTube and scared the whole world. It shows what appears to be 2 girls in skirts, one holding the other one and smashing her here and there while walking on a wall. For me, it is the most terrifying clip out there. The woman was enjoying her peaceful sleep in her room when she heard weird noises. As she woke up, she saw this weird as hell goat coming into her room. But things weren't very scary until the goat opened its mouth. If it were me, I wouldn't know what I would have done. Seriously. Are mermaids actually not real? Or are these scientists and experts hiding things from us? Because there's a hell of a lot of proof out there that shows they might be real. Just like this video where a dead mermaid is being filmed by a man. Maybe it isn't like what we all have imagined, but it is the closest anything could get to a definition of a mermaid. This clip was recorded in 2018 and was posted on the internet with a caption saying, "Ghost caught on camera." However, if you look closely, it only looks like a kid trying to sneak into a home. And then there's another kid sitting there. And not just that, we see a ghost walking on the roof too. So what do you guys think? Isn't that creepy? In July 2022, something strange happened in a hospital. While we see people waiting in the lobby, a surgeon appears, scared as hell, and runs away, tripping here and there. The people there did not give it much importance until they see a wheelchair coming from the left, and then it turns towards them on its own. That's when they knew it wasn't something funny. It was a haunted hospital. While driving on the Queensland Highway, the driver had no idea something surprising was about to happen. As he kept driving, he noticed something strange on the side of the road. To his surprise, he and other people saw a ghostly figure standing right in the middle of the road. The ghost looked like a pure white child floating just a little bit above the ground. This spooky sighting became famous and many people started calling it the ghost child. However, some people who didn't believe in ghosts argued that it might not be real. Farmers in Puerto Rico were getting worried as their animals kept getting attacked by an unknown predator. Investigators tried to figure out what it was, but they couldn't find any clues. Initially, people thought it was a wolf, but the footprints didn't match. Some people claimed to have seen something like an ape and called it a chupacabra. It mostly targeted goats. The whole situation was scary and kept everyone on edge. And even though it happened a few years ago, the mystery remains unsolved. In South Africa, a strange creature has been spotted roaming around town. It looks like a mix of a man and a dog, and it lives and eats with other dogs. There are many rumors and fears surrounding it, but nobody has been able to get close and learn more. We only have blurry camera footage of it walking with its furry friends. The big question is whether it's just a man with mental issues or something more unusual. Let us know your thoughts. Imagine you're a farmer, excited to start your day and work in the field with your animals. But when you arrive, this is what you see. Not a pleasant sight, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to this farmer who encountered the world's largest bat in his field. It's so big that people refer to it as the flying fox. Now, let's watch this astonishing video from China where a fish was discovered that has a face resembling a human's. The video became extremely popular in November 2019, and people were completely startled. Some people believe it was a carp with a face that looked like a human's, but we can't be certain. Although the video is authentic, it's possible that the way the fish's scales appear on the camera's angle might have created that illusion. What do you think? We all adore dogs, right? But have you seen Stucky, the dog that got mummified? A farmer discovered this well-preserved dog while working in the forest and cutting down trees. Trapped inside a tree trunk, he was protected from predators, insects, and the weather. How did this occur, you may wonder? It's a mystery. Some theories propose that the dog might have become trapped and died while inside the oak tree. Whatever the reason, it's truly astonishing to witness how well nature can preserve things. Take a look at the picture of Stucky, and you'll understand why it's simultaneously eerie and magnificent. Get ready to be amazed by something incredible, straight from the farm. If you love horses and think they're the most gentle creatures, you might want to take a seat for this. In this video, we witness a horse doing something unexpected, devouring a family of chickens by eating one of the little chicks. The mother chicken tries her best to protect her offspring, but she's no match for the enormous horse. It's shocking to observe such behavior from a seemingly peaceful animal, but it serves as a reminder that animals can surprise us in various ways. Trail cameras mounted on trees recording animals is an old thing now. Spy cameras dressed and set as actual animals is the new thing now, and we see that in this video, which shows a spy gorilla camera in action. At first, the clan thought it to be weird and had to do a little inspection before they made the decision that the gorilla is no harm, so they'll let it stay. And that's when the camera recorded the beautiful moments of the gorilla family. Wolves are always considered to be the ferocious, the dangerous, the stay-away type animals. But these wolves, I don't want to stay away from them. Looking at the way they're all cuddling and kissing each other, don't they look like the most adorable beings right here? What do you guys think? The giant lizard that's basically a real-life dragon. These guys are massive. They're the largest living lizards in the world, and their venomous saliva is no joke. If they bite you, you could end up paralyzed or even dead. And let's not forget about those sharp claws and teeth. They're fierce predators that don't mess around. In fact, they've been known to attack and even kill humans who get too close. So if you ever find yourself in the presence of a Komodo dragon, just remember to keep your distance and give them the space they deserve. Otherwise, you might end up regretting it. If you ever find yourself face to face with a Nile crocodile in the wild, you better watch out. These big guys are not to be messed with. They are one of the largest crocodile species in the world and have a reputation for being quite aggressive. They've been known to attack humans and other animals without much warning. so it's best to keep your distance. Cone snail. This is a little guy that you might not expect to be dangerous. The cone snail. These colorful little snails might seem harmless, but don't let their size fool you. They pack a venomous punch that can cause paralysis and even death. I mean, talk about a small but mighty creature. So if you're ever strolling along the beach and come across a cone snail, be sure to admire it from a safe distance. After all, you never know what could be lurking beneath that pretty shell. These guys are some of the deadliest snakes on the planet, and they can grow up to a whopping 18 feet long. That's longer than most cars, people! And let's not forget about their venom. It's no joke. If they bite you, you could end up with respiratory failure and possibly even death. So if you ever come across a king cobra in the wild, just remember to give them the space they deserve and admire them from a safe distance. After all, it's better to be alive and well than up close and personal with one of these deadly snakes. This little dude may be small, but trust me, it's a ninja in disguise. Its venom is like a 1-2 punch that can knock you out and even kill you in just a matter of minutes. Those blue rings on its body may look cool, but they're actually a warning sign that says back off. If you see one of these guys while you're out swimming or diving, keep your distance and give it some space. But let's be real here. As dangerous as they may be, blue-ringed octopuses are still pretty fascinating creatures. Just don't let their small size fool you. They pack a deadly punch. The cassowary is usually known for its striking appearance, with its bright blue head and neck and a large bony protrusion on its head called a casque. However, these birds are also incredibly dangerous, with sharp claws on their feet that can cause serious injury or even death. Cassowaries are also known to be territorial and can become aggressive if they feel threatened. And when they do, get ready to run as fast as you can and as long as you can, because they will follow you as long as they can. Get ready to meet the Usain Bolt of the snake world, the black mamba. This slithery speedster is the fastest snake in the world, and with a name like Mamba, you know it's not something to mess with. So if you ever find yourself face to face with a black mamba, just remember to give them their space and back away slowly. Trust me, you don't want to challenge this sprinting serpent to a race. You know those pesky bugs that buzz around your ear and leave you itching and scratching all over? Yeah, those are mosquitoes, and don't let their small size fool you. These little bloodsuckers are responsible for more human deaths than any other animal on the planet. How, you ask? By transmitting deadly diseases like malaria, dengue fever, and Zika virus. Trust me, you don't want to mess with these tiny terrors. So next time you hear that high-pitched whine, grab the bug spray and protect yourself from the deadliest animal on Earth, the mosquito. If you thought getting a paper cut was painful, wait until you hear about the stonefish. This little fish may not look like much, but it packs a punch with its venomous spines that can cause excruciating pain, paralysis, and get this, the venom is so potent that victims have been known to beg for amputation just to stop the pain. So next time you're out snorkeling, be sure to watch where you step, or you might end up with a nasty surprise from the deadliest fish in the world, the stonefish. This 8-legged terror is a master of disguise, blending in with its surroundings and striking when you least expect it. Its venom is like a slow-acting time bomb, silently eating away at your flesh until it's too late to stop it. And don't be fooled by their size. These tiny terrors can bring down a full-grown adult with just one bite. So watch where you step and check your shoes before putting them on, because the brown recluse could be waiting to strike at any moment. Stay safe, my friends. You know what's scarier than a shark in a horror movie? A real-life great white shark! These bad boys can grow up to 20 feet long and have a bite force that can crush bones. And let's not forget about their famous razor-sharp teeth. One bite from these guys can be deadly. So the next time you're swimming in the ocean, remember to keep your eyes peeled for the great white shark, the ultimate predator of the sea. These pesky little creatures are found all over Australia, and their bite can be a real pain. Their venom is no joke. It can make you feel like your whole body's on fire. That's why it's important to keep an eye out for these sneaky spiders and make sure you're not their next victim. But here's the thing. As much as we may dislike them, redback spiders are actually pretty fascinating creatures. They're part of the widow spider family, and their females are notorious for eating their male counterparts after mating. Talk about a bad breakup. Check out the tiger shark, a big bad predator of the ocean. These bad boys have been known to attack humans and are one of the most dangerous sharks out there. With their razor-sharp teeth and incredible hunting abilities, they're a force to be reckoned with. If you see one in the water, it's best to give them plenty of space and let them do their thing. Africa's version of the Hulk. These big boys can weigh up to a whopping 2,000 pounds, making them one of the biggest and baddest creatures out there. And here's the thing, they're not afraid to throw down. They've been known to take on lions and even humans, and let me tell you, you don't want to mess with them. That's why they're also known as the Black Death. So if you ever find yourself face to face with one of these beasts, just remember to give them plenty of space and respect. This little dude might look like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but trust me, it's 100% real and 100% not to be messed with. Why? Because it's one of the only venomous lizards out there. That's right, this sneaky little guy packs a bite that can cause some serious pain and swelling. But here's where things get mysterious. Nobody really knows why it's venomous. Is it for hunting? Self-defense? Who knows? All we do know is that if you ever come across a Gila monster, it's best to give it some space. After all, you don't want to end up on the receiving end of a venomous bite from this cool but dangerous lizard. Did you know that the Sydney funnel-web spider is basically the Australian funnel-web spider's BFF? And let me tell you, their venom is no joke. It can knock you out faster than a kangaroo bouncing on a trampoline. Plus, if you get bitten by one of these creepy crawlies, you could end up with respiratory failure or even die. So make sure you steer clear of these 8-legged critters if you happen to come across them. Safety first, folks. The gentle giants that can turn into raging beasts. Now, I know we all love these intelligent and majestic creatures, but let's not forget they're also one of the biggest and most powerful animals on land. And when they feel threatened, they're not afraid to throw down. They've been known to attack and even kill humans who got too close to their turf. So if you're ever in the presence of an elephant, be sure to give them their space and show them the respect they deserve. Trust me, it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to these big guys. If you're not a fan of snakes, then you better steer clear of the inland taipan, mate. This snake is not to be messed with, as it's considered the most venomous snake in the world. Its venom is so deadly that it can cause multiple organ failure and can kill a human in less than an hour. Talk about fierce. Despite its fearsome reputation, the inland taipan is actually a pretty fascinating creature. It has an incredible sense of smell and can detect prey from miles away. Plus, its venom is being studied for its potential to help treat certain medical conditions. Who knew this lethal creature could have a softer side? This image shows a huge predator of the world of water, with its weird horrifying mask and tentacles showing. We also see a boat nearby comparing, which we can see how big the size of the creature is. But well, no matter how creepy this may look, it's not real. Instead, it is an image created through Photoshop. Still, with the ocean being only 3% discovered, who knows? Maybe this actually might be real too. What do you guys think about it? This crocodile is like the Hulk of the animal kingdom. It's one tough customer. And let me tell you, if you ever find yourself in its neck of the woods, you better watch your back. This bad boy has been known to attack humans, so you don't want to mess with it. I mean, just imagine coming face to face with a creature that's built like a tank, has jaws that could crush a car, and is just itching for a fight. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one. So if you're planning a trip to South America, make sure you steer clear of this feisty dude's territory. If you think you're the only one crushing hard on all those Korean oppas, well, you're wrong, because it isn't just us humans, but these beluga whales too who love Korean men. This beluga whale has such a big crush on her trainer that it refuses to kiss anyone else but him. And waits all day for just him to come to her and play with her. The other two males have to be separated from her because they like her so much that she finds them annoying. This guy was out in the wilderness filming a video, just minding his own business, when all of a sudden, he sees something bolting towards him like a bat out of hell. And guess what? It's a freaking mountain lion! Yeah, you heard me right. This guy is staring down a big, wild apex predator. But you know what's even crazier? He manages to narrowly escape like a boss. This dude had a seriously close call.
No, you taste, dude.
But he lives to tell the tale, and we're all glad he made it out in one piece. This little guy had his hands burnt in a forest fire and didn't know what to do. So he came to the humans for help. And lucky for him, this kind woman was there to lend a hand. It's incredible how calm and trusting the kangaroo is while the woman tends to his wounds. So this girl was snowboarding as usual, but then something unexpected happened to her. She was singing a song while getting on her board, and once ready, she started riding. Suddenly, she noticed a glimpse of a bear chasing her from behind, but she didn't fully comprehend what was going on. Thankfully, the girl was quick enough to escape the bear and unknowingly saved her life. This weird little thing was recorded deep underwater, transforming into different shapes. The researchers, the people on the internet, in fact, every single person who saw this was shocked to his core, wondering what this creature could have been and what other superpowers it might hold. Can this be an alien? I mean, I can't help but wonder, you know? An incredible video aired on an Indian news channel featuring the most mind-blowing thing ever. A leopard visited a cow every night, and they had their own secret friendship going on while the humans snoozed. Upon investigation, it was discovered that the cow had taken care of the leopard when it was a baby, and now the leopard was not ready to let go of its caregiver. How sweet is that? So, these scientists saw a super weird fish and were totally confused. But then something crazy happened. The fish suddenly shrunk its mouth down really fast, and everyone was shocked. It turns out that the fish is called a gulper eel, and it has a special kind of mouth that can puff up to eat big things. This fish is really interesting because of its cool mouth and the way it moves around. Overall, it's pretty amazing. The secrets hidden in the deep forest seems endless, and we never know what we might find. Recently, a trail camera in Vietnam caught a glimpse of a rare two-tone mouse deer that scientists thought had vanished 30 years ago. It was strolling around leisurely as if it owned the place. It's amazing that some of these unique animals have managed to escape hunters and predators, giving them a chance to flourish in their natural environment. Have you ever heard of flying snakes? Yeah, you heard that right. Flying snakes. A viral video making the rounds on the internet recently showed these slithering creatures taking to the skies. But don't worry, they're not flapping their wings or anything. They're actually gliding through the air. These incredible creatures, known as Chrysopelia, have the ability to contort their bodies and flatten their ribs to cover a significant distance after launching themselves into the air. It's an amazing feat that allows them to travel between trees with ease. Who knew snakes could fly? This pelican was recorded by a man trying to eat a capybara. I mean, we know and I know that he knows that the capybara is too big for him, but no, that won't stop him from doing that. And then he is just left all embarrassed because he did not succeed. Imagine you're out scuba diving and when you surface for air, you discover an octopus that won't let go of your back. In a recent video, a diver experienced this unexpected surprise and was trying everything he could to shake off the clingy cephalopod. Despite moving in different directions, the octopus wouldn't budge, and the diver started feeling uncomfortable with its sharp beak and sticky suckers. Perhaps the octopus just wanted a hug. What do you think? As the driver was cruising down the Queensland highway, little did he know that he was in for a surprise. As he continued driving, he spotted something unusual on the side of the road. To his shock, he and other onlookers saw a ghostly figure standing in the middle of the road. The ghost, which appeared to be a pure white child, was just a few inches above the ground. The eerie sighting quickly gained fame and was dubbed the Ghost Child by many. However, some skeptics argued that it might have been just a human baby who happened to wander in the middle of the road. Okay, so I've got a creepy story for you. A girl was taking a break near the harbor when out of nowhere, a sea lion popped up, grabbed her, and dragged her into the water. Her family and bystanders freaked out, but luckily, a brave dude jumped in and rescued her. It was a shocking incident because sea lions usually don't attack people without a reason. Well, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.